Mike Jones Beats.
206, yeah, I love my city.
Right.
Call a couple homies, want y'all come roll with me.
Right.
Cruising through the city in the 300. Car filled with smoke, cause I blow that dro. Never on the low, I ain't got no tents. Bring a couple Dutches, I don't smoke out of pins. And you ain't hitting this unless you family or friend. Bitch niggas want a trip, though they didn't chip in.
I keep a circle small.
No offense,
but I know fuck with y'all.
so I just proceed to hit gas and breeze through the city, call the town where I lay it down something legal.
And we gon' ride out to the west side of Seattle, that's where I hide out. Take it back to my house, and we can chill. Set the vibe right, set the vibe right. That's right, now roll up. And we gon' ride out to the west side of Seattle, that's where I hide out. Take it back to my house, and we can chill. Set the vibe right, now tell me just how you feel.
I feel like Seattle on a sunny day. I wanna go outside and play.
And anything goes, what I'm gonna be doing, man, I really don't know.
I feel like Seattle on a sunny day. I wanna go outside and play.
And anything goes, what I'm gonna be doing, man, I really don't know.
West side nigga in the S5 fifth. Can of flipping cake cause the west side grits. A tap out session, just a lesson from me. We getting tangled in each other, she be wetting my sheets. She always playing games while she messing with me. If a nigga working hard, she caressing my feet. A nigga known to get it, no recession with me. I'm flipping racks and get it back, I'm just a blessing to be. Yeah, out here grinding on a sunny day. Chasing down the racks cause I never make the money wait. I be moving, doing what I'm doing. Never get caught slipping cause I'm tying up the loose ends. Rack after rack, then I see another. Black on black, sitting comfortable in peanut butter. Night vision, and you see the back seats recline. If we ever talking west side, you can see it's
I feel like Seattle on a sunny day. I wanna go outside and play.
And anything goes, what I'm gonna be doing, man, I really don't know.
I feel like Seattle on a sunny day. I wanna go outside and play.
And anything goes, what I'm gonna be doing, man, I really don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know.
Seattle on a sunny day. I wanna go outside and play.
And anything goes, what I'm gonna be doing, man, I really don't know.
BBN Jack Frost, what's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's evening a beautiful day. Hey, yo, check this out. So I'm wearing my tourist shirt today. I decided, you know what? I might as well lie to everybody. I actually do love New York. Shout out to New York. How's everybody doing today? I'm hoping everybody. I want to apologize. Last night I did not do a live last night. I want to apologize about that. I was just exhausted. I promise to y'all I'm going to not be exhausted. I'm going to try not to. That's the first Tonight Show that we missed in a couple of days, probably a week or two. I'm going to try better to not let that happen. I was just exhausted. I just couldn't do it. I want to apologize for everybody that was waiting for the Tonight Show. Y'all have to follow me on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, and interact a little bit more, then I'll start putting up more posts about what's happening over there on Instagram, which I need to do in the first place. So, matter of fact, do whatever the fuck you niggas want to do. I need to go put up more posts on Instagram about the things that we're doing over here on YouTube anyway. I need to get to that. Anyway, today we're going to be having a conversation about what happened at Astroworld the other day. This conversation, I think, is a lot more important than people might realize why it needs to happen. First thing I want to say is this. I need for y'all to understand that Travis Scott makes so much money. There's a lot of rappers out there that y'all probably listen to more than Travis Scott who don't make anywhere near as much money for the corporations that they do business with that Travis Scott makes for the corporations that he do business with. That's the first thing I want you to understand about this. This is an individual who has the ability to move masses of people. I think that if you really take that into consideration, everything else that I say after this, you will understand that it's going to probably have huge ramifications. And if it doesn't, it probably should. So first, I'm going to let y'all know what happened at the event so we can have an appropriate discussion about a couple of things. One of those things being the new fear that we should all have. Okay? The new fear that we should all have. A fear that I've always had. And the second thing is, do these individuals that you support, and they giving all of this over fan love, is any of this really real? Or is the people who show love but not the overt crazy shit really the ones that really got love for their actual supporters? We're gonna have that conversation. I want to do roll call first because I don't want roll call to split up what we talking about. So let's do roll call real quick. Shout out to Rich Avia. He says, "Hey yo," and then apparently after that he put up 3 trash cans. So I don't think Rich Avia like us much, but he pulled up. So thanks for the like. Thanks for the I'm gonna assume the dislike and the view. Also, could we hit the like button, please, so we can send out some notifications? This is Sunday morning. A lot of people miss the Sunday morning lives. Could y'all please hit the like button? We got 35 people in here right now with only 8 likes. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't get this. Anyway, what up, Easy Living for me? He says, good morning, BBN family. Frost, what up, my brother? What up, Problematic? He says, morning, Frost. Dropping all of them Frost. He says, hope you having a good morning. Have a good night rest, my brother. Afternoon. From the GB, Green Bay. You in Green Bay? Yeah, I did have a pretty good rest last night. I was exhausted. I want to apologize about missing the live last night. Also, y'all have to understand, when I'm doing these lives, sometimes I'm exhausted. Sometimes I don't really have a good spot to do it in where I feel comfortable. Yesterday I was exhausted, just so we can be clear. What up, Rude? Don't nobody see them dots, Jones? He says, salute, BB and family, Frost. Who else we got up here? Nubis. He says, good morning. I have no idea who this Nubis guy is. He's a whole new character. Let's see what's going on with him. What up, Iris Tyndale? Iris, I'm assuming is a female, says, good morning, South Jamaica Queens. Salute the Queens. You already know what it is. Hey, Ma, have you seen our Queens merch? For everybody that don't know, perfect segue. For everybody that don't know, we have a store on Instagram. For everybody that don't know, we have a store on Instagram. In our Instagram store. Pardon me. In our Instagram store, we have Queens merch. We have Brooklyn merch. We have Bronx merch. We have merch for 4 of the 5 boroughs. Well, actually, we got Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx. We got Harlem merch. All right, so we got merch for 4 of the 5 boroughs. Let me show you this real quick. Just go pull up. You might like what we have going on. And we also have merch just for all our beautiful women out there. God dang it. I hate when I'm doing that thing up there. And we also have merch for just our beautiful women out there. As you can see, our Queens merch, our Icy Queens merch right there. Boom. That's our Icy Queens merch. You have to see these from the side and from the back to fully understand what the graphic look like. As you can see, Brooklyn, Bronx, Harlem merch. Go cop. With that being said, Finish roll call real quick and get out of here. Problematic say crowd control needed so that it doesn't happen ever again. The fact that they ignore those people telling them to stop the show due to multiple people dying need to be fired effective immediately. First thing I want to say is this. There was an individual allegedly running through the crowd pricking people with a needle. There was a guard that they was able to get Narcan to. If you know what that is, Narcan, I hope I'm saying it right. That's the shit that they give you when you're having an opioid overdose. So apparently, the thing that they're alluding to is there was an individual running through the crowd, hitting people with a needle, giving people opioids or some type that was causing for people to overdose. So that's allegedly what they're saying was going on. The reason why they believe that this is something that happened is because there was a security guard that actually had a prick on his neck. Now, I want to get into that a little bit because this is a real thing. And I want to talk about Travis Scott's situation first. So let's get through this whole roll call. What up to the Most Ices? He is a Kardashian. They are witches coven. Whatever. I don't know. GB is UK. Shout out to UK. That's a fact. Shout out to UK. Shout out to all our everybody, all our family over there across the pond. It says flag shows the GB. YouTube does not let the flag or some weird reason copy. Really? I thought I seen UK flags all the time. Nubis says a mix of a lot of bad things caused it, in my opinion. Horrible security, brain dead crowd, not enough personnel. Why wasn't the show canceled the second people started storming the gates? I heard that what goes through someone's head. First of all, people storm gates at all of these shows. So if you're canceling the show once people storm the gate, storming the gate is just a thing nowadays at these things. You do know this, right? Hold on. Who else knows that? Am I the only one that knows that these guys run through the gate all the time? Like some weirdo shit? They do this all the time. Like, this is literally a thing, my dude. Like, I think that they want this to happen at this point. This is literally a thing. That's not when the people were getting trampled and dying, by the way. The people were getting trampled and dying, by the way, when the pricks was happening. Not when the people were storming the gate. Let's get that clear. Even I could have made that mistake previously. So I just want to say that way I'm not coming at you. They storm the gate all the time. That's a normal occurrence. The people that's up front storming the gate, they're prepared for this. That's what they want to do, storm the gate. The people that's throwing the event, they want people to storm the gate so they can show just how excited individuals are to see this event. Everybody wins in this situation. We're not talking about storming the gate. Low frequency. Who want to guess Nubis is going to be doing a whole bunch of comments? Who want to guess the main person we're going to be seeing is Nubis commenting? Who want to guess? Anyway, please stop bringing the arguments that these other YouTubers have to my channel. Y'all go have these low frequency conversations and then you want to bring it over here. Then you get upset with me when I don't want to have it with you. Go have those low frequency conversations with people who want to have them. Stop trying to force me to lower my IQ. What the fuck? What up, Two Feathers TV? What the fuck? These people are so pissed because I won't have a freaking conversation that I don't want to talk about it on the level of a child. I want to talk about it on the level of an adult. Stop acting like I'm insulting you. I'm not insulting you. This is not an insult. This is me saying that I shouldn't have to, no one should have to do what you want to do. Shout out to E. Simmons with all the force. Just good morning. What the fuck? First thing I want to say is this. Before we get to the people getting pricked, before we get to the stampede and the stuff that happens, the first thing I want to say is this. Playboy Cardi went through a similar situation where they was having some problems that was in the crowd. You know what Playboy Cardi did? Does anybody here know what Playboy Cardi did? Does anybody know what? Could we hit the like button, please, so we could get the high frequency people up in the room? Could we please hit the like button so we can send out some notifications and get some high frequency people up in, more high frequency people up in the room with us? Please. What up, Crystal C? I want to say this. Do y'all know what Travis Scott did when he had a similar situation? There was a problem in the crowd with people getting hurt. Not Travis Scott, pardon me. Playboy Cardi. Do y'all know what Playboy Cardi did? I'm going to tell you what Playboy Cardi did because I'm not going to wait for no answers because we only got 49 people in here. 51 people so far. So I might be waiting for like 20 minutes for an answer. So I'm going to tell you what Playboy Cardi did. Playboy Cardi stopped the show and addressed the fucking crowd. Look, now Anubis is gonna keep apologizing and pretending like I'm not accepting his apology. That's the next move. I'm gonna call it out so y'all can see what's happening. I'm gonna call it out every time it's the same guy with low frequency. He comes and asks a low frequency question. Same guy. Big Yoke says early Sunday. Let's get it. What up, Big Yoke? We got the freaking Cash App in the chat. It's pinned. Who's pulling up? We doing the saloon this morning also. Let's go. Saloon this morning. You want to know what dude did? Dude stopped the show. Playboy Cardi stopped the show, homie. You want to know why Playboy Cardi stopped the show? Because you're supposed to stop the damn show, homie. You got people talking about, forget dying. We're not even talking about dying at this point. Copy? We're not talking about dying. If you have people in the audience or in the crowd getting injured, period, you got to stop the show. This isn't a mosh pit situation, all right? Mosh pits is mosh pits. It is what it is. If we're talking about people being trampled, if we're talking about people passing out, if we're talking about that, you got to stop the show. Tell me where I'm wrong. These are the individuals that are your fan base. These are the individuals that are your community. These are the people that buy your merch. These are the people that stream your music. These are the people that when you your name comes up in a conversation about music, they're probably busy telling people you're the best. These are these people. You gotta stop the show, homie. I'm gonna say two things about the people trying to stop the show real quick though. You had one person that was trying to stop the show, and it looks like the way that they was trying to stop the show was by talking to a guy that was controlling the damn camera. The cameraman don't have no control over stopping the show. Let's just be clear on this. The cameraman has zero control over stopping the show. A cameraman cannot stop the show. Cameraman can't stop the show. All right? That can't happen. I'm under the belief that Travis Scott got word of it and kept the show going on. Yes, they was crowd surfing the people who was passing out. They was crowd surfing them to where they could get help at. Shout out to the audience. What up, Antonio Richardson? Ain't seen you in a minute, my brother. Can we get some frost in the chat? And can we please hit that like button so we can send out some notifications? We got 50 people in here with 22 likes. Can we please hit the like button so we can send out some notifications? I really appreciate it. I'm hoping that out of those 50 people in here, at least more than 22 people like the BBN Network. I'm hoping. Those are people that would listen when you talk. They would have stopped. Look, you're supposed to stop the show. If you're hearing that there's people in the audience getting injured, if you're hearing that there's people in the audience getting sick, passing out, if you're hearing that there's a problem in your crowd, that it's growing and it's growing is an issue. It's not one person's a little messed up. The security is taking care of it. Now it's 6, 7 people, 8, 9 people. There's people dying. How do you not stop the show? I need somebody to explain this to me. How do you not stop the show? Like, how is this something that you continue to let go on? Like, and forget Travis Scott. There's people that are in control of the production that should have walked out onto the stage when he was refusing and say, yo, look, we run this shit. You perform. We get it. You the man. But we got people out there hurt. We're going to have to drop this for about 10, 15 minutes so we can find out what's going on. Because you do understand them not stopping the show. You don't stop the show because you're trying to get to get the people away so they can get help. You stop the show so you can fucking find out what's going on. This is your community. You should be concerned if people are getting hurt. How are people in your community dying and you don't care? No, not hundreds died. 8 people allegedly died. I heard it was between 12 and 8 at one point. But I figured that was, I always figure that the first number's wrong. So that's why if you look at the show yesterday, I put allegedly 8. Because I don't know if it's 8 or more or 8 or less. I got a whole bunch of shit to say about the damn show. But we're not going to get to it because we can't even get likes in here. So one of the things I want to say is at 50 likes. We only at 25 likes right now. So I don't think we're going to get to most of the things that I want to talk about. But it's going to be interesting in any regard. I'm not giving other YouTube content creators some of my best philosophies on points on shit, knowing that they in here and ain't nobody hitting the like button. I'm tired of making other people money and I don't make none for myself. If you can't understand how that could be frustrating. I can't even go do deals with people because I got people going behind my back to contact the people I'm doing deals with, to sabotage the deals I'm doing, so then I gotta go work with them. I don't even want to do the thing no more. That's me. I'd rather not do it. Once you sabotage me on some shit, I just rather not do it. That's just me. Anyway, so I advise y'all to get up to 50 likes. I got a real thing to say about the people getting pricked, but we get there, we get there. If we don't, I got other stuff to talk about anyway. So check this out. Listen, what up, Peace God? What up, Crystal C? What up, Mac Brown? Happy to see all of y'all come back. I haven't seen y'all in a while. What up, Shay B? I hope everything is doing well. Salute. I hope everybody is enjoying yourselves. I hope you liking the chat. I appreciate y'all. With that being said, let's get back to the show. Travis Scott was supposed to stop the show. That's period. Similar situations happen. These things happen. You got to stop the show, homie. I'm going to point something out. Your man Little Durk stopped the show because the people that was on the stage with him wasn't hype enough. Yes, Little Durk's show was a lot smaller than Travis Scott's show. Let's not be coy. But Little Durk stopped the show because the people on the stage wasn't hype enough. Little Durk stopped the show because the crowd wasn't hype enough. This dude can't stop a show because people are getting hurt. And you don't really know what's going on. There could have been a person in the crowd running around stabbing people, homie. I mean, in effect, it was somebody doing worse than that. Just so we could be clear. It was somebody in the crowd allegedly hitting people with some kind of opioid that was getting people to overdose. That's how they was able to save the security guard, because they hit him with the Narcan, and that is the reverse the effects of an overdose. So you has somebody out in the crowd doing something that could be arguably worse than stabbing people. And they didn't even want to stop the show. What up, Plug? How you doing? We got the Plug up in the house. And they didn't want to stop the show. Hold on, let's get to some of these articles real quick. Copy? This is part of the show where we start looking at some things. That's crazy. Just think about that for one moment. On some real shit, think about that for one moment. Shout out to Travis Scott. Shout out to his people. I'm going to let y'all hear what Travis Scott had to say after the fact also, because that's how we do over here. He has some things that he said after the fact. But as always, when these rappers say shit after the fact, I don't take it as the rapper saying it. I always take it as, that's his lawyer. His lawyer wrote a thing. His lawyer told him to say a thing. That's the lawyer's job. I'm hoping that they're having the lawyers do it, by the way, and they're not doing it on their own. Real quick, any rappers, I don't care if you write your apology or your lawyer writes your apology. And I don't think none of us should care if the rapper writes the apology or if the lawyer writes the apology. I think that the rapper should tell the lawyer how they feel, and then the lawyer should then, word it. As long as it comes from the words, the feeling is coming from the rapper's heart. I don't think that there's any problem with it. Yes, I wanted y'all to see New York City. Boom. You see that? It's pretty, right? Yeah, I've been holding the screen up there for a while. Copy? This is what we do over here at the BBN. That's a nice shot, ain't it? I held the screen up there for a while. Hold on. Let's look at the whole screen for a minute. Boom, boom, boom. Let's look at the whole city for a minute. I held the screen up there for a while. I want y'all to see this. That shit is pretty, ain't it? Let's go. This is what happened. You come to the BBN. Let's just admire this for a second. Why not, right? This shit is pretty. Yeah, let me tell you something. Hold on. I want to take one quick break to say something. So I was walking through Central Park the other day. I got some beautiful Central Park pictures. I got some new graphics that we're gonna be using over here also. So I was walking through Central Park the other day, and it's just pretty, man. Like nature is so beautiful. Like this isn't nature, obviously. I mean, other than the sunset part, or the sunrise part, but nature is just so beautiful, y'all. Like sometimes just stop and just look around. Appreciate shit. For real, for real. Alright, let's get back to the show. Sorry about that. Sometimes you just gotta take a minute, man. For real, for real. Like we do too much moving around sometimes. Sometimes we really need to just take a minute. It's cool, it's alright. Ain't nothing gonna go wrong. No. World is still gonna be there when we get back. There we go. Alright. Alright, which screen we coming up on? Boom. We gonna come up on that screens over the years. We coming up on I forget which screen we gonna come up. We gonna come up on this screen. Alright. We gonna come up on this screen. Wait, what? Crap bastard. Alright, we gonna use the screen. Hold on. I gotta move on to the Boom. Alright. Let's go get some Travis Scott stuff real quick. And I don't know. I'm going to tell you why I type so hard. Because I lift my fingers all the way off of the damn keyboard. And I have no idea why I do that. Zero idea why I do that. I lift my fucking fingers all the way up off the keyboard. I don't know why I do that. This shit is irritating. Alright, so we're going to go to CNN. This was in the last hour. As you can see, Houston won. And the Insider was 1 day and 4 hours previous. Prior to this. So, hold on. Today's the 7th. This was updated at 6:02. Shout out to CNN. The article is, authorities are investigating the cause behind the deadly crowd surge at the Astroworld Music Festival in Houston. That jacket is lit. Excuse me. Nice coat. For real, for real. CNN goes on to say, following the crowd surge at a Houston concert that left at least 8 people dead and dozens injured, authorities will examine key causes behind the surge that could have been done to attendees out of harm's way. The crowd at the sold-out Astroworld Festival on Friday night was so tightly packed that the audience members were pushed towards the stage. Some told CNN that they were crushed. What the hell? Get that out of here. Nobody cares about that show. Somebody told CNN that they were crushed against each other at the point that they couldn't breathe and passed out. Local officials vowed to launch an investigation into what led to the tragedy at the music festival headline and organized by rapper Travis Scott, saying they will review the video and for the scene and access how the venue was laid out. The investigation, what the fuck? Oh, that's it. Hold on. Here we go. I know what that was. That shit came on. I'm like, what the hell? right, so y'all do understand what the problem is right there, right? Real quick, right? Hold on. I'm gonna say something. Y'all do understand what the problem is right there, right? I want to say something. Did y'all see at the end of that video? You see what they said? The Houston police and the security there. The Houston police and the security there actually had to stop the event. Not the event. The Houston police and the security had to step in and stop the event. They were not going to stop the event no matter how many people got injured and hurt. And that's not me being a dick. That's what we just read. The security and the Houston police, two people who have no real, well, the police is supposed to care and the security is supposed to care about but they don't make money off of these people when these people ain't at the show. Travis Scott make money off of these people when these people home. Travis Scott make money off of these people when these people on their phones listening to his music. Travis Scott make money off of these people when they go to websites and start ordering his merch. Travis Scott make money off of these people when they pull up to McDonald's and buy his Happy Meal. I'm assuming he's not getting every piece of every of those, but you get the point in which I'm making. These police and this security, they don't have no they don't have no dog in this fight other than they just want to save people's lives. Travis Scott, the person that's actually benefiting off of these people, didn't want to stop the show. Let's do a poll real quick. See, I lift my fingers so far off of the keyboard. I wish I didn't type like that. It's just a bad habit. Who thinks, right? Travis Scott. Also, it's very impressive because for me to be lifting my fingers so far off of the keyboard and to strike the right key so often, what in the hell? We got 82 people in here, man. We could get to 50 likes. Hit that like button, please. Let's send out some notifications for our brothers and sisters that ain't here yet. Nubis is Josh. We don't think that right now. Numbers only saying 8, but hundreds were injured for sure. Hundreds were definitely injured. More like 100. Yeah, no. Josh is just here trolling. So him and Nubis is probably going to go back and forth with Josh saying stuff that don't make sense and Nubis trying to sound like he makes sense so then I could talk to him again so then he could start doing low frequency stuff. Nicholas Sealy said, because most people watching are only just watching. They don't care to like or share. That's a fact, Nicholas Sealy. I wish they cared to like at least. Fuck you, sharing, I can understand. That's like doing much more extra things. But you could hit the like button. 100 Racist says facts. That looks bad for him. It looks terrible. You have to care about your community, man. Do you understand that that's what the trolls are always trying to do? I'm going to explain something to you. Do you understand that that's what the trolls is always trying to do? Pretend to be y'all guys. So then when I don't fuck with them, they can act like I don't fuck with you. When in reality, I just don't fuck with them. The trolls are trying to force themselves to be my friend. So since I won't be their friend, they want to try to make it seem like I don't like you guys. So they're always trying to complain that I don't care about my community because I won't let them be a part of it. Do you understand that? That's literally what's going on. That's the only reason why I be bringing this shit up. So because this is so much 100% what's going on in my life. People that I don't want to deal with is saying, if you don't be friends with me, and if you don't allow me to be friends with you, and if you don't hang out with me and talk to me, then I'm going to make sure everybody thinks you hate them. One death is too much, homie. The plug says, I'm confused as to what caused these injuries or death, what's going on in the world. Allegedly, there was an individual walking around pricking people with a needle that is believed to have had opioids on it, and people were having overdoses. And the thing is when somebody is having an overdose, if you don't know what's happening, there's no way for you to react in time. I'm super surprised that they was able to save the security guard that had the when they hit him with the narcon. And the only way that I could have seen them, they said that the only reason why they knew to use that is because they saw a needle mark on his neck. So because they saw the prick on his neck, that's the only reason why they thought about using the narcon. So there's a good chance that a lot of other people literally died and passed away because they didn't even know to use Narcan. They didn't know that they were having an opioid overdose. They just didn't know. I want to have a conversation about a thing, but I'm going to wait till we get to 50 likes. If we don't get to 50 likes, then I'm not going to bring it up, and that's that. Two Feathers says, Jack, let me find out you used to type in the court records. I don't know why I do that. Like, I type like this. I don't know why. Philly Phil, what up, Philly Phil? He says, yo, Frost, good morning, BBN fan. What up, BX Tigra? Hey, BX Tigra, how you doing? Says 8 deaths too much, 1 death too much. What up, Jasmine? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is going well. Jasmine says it was more than 8 people that died that night. I heard 8 plus. Right now, they're saying 8. There could have been an assumption that more people died than didn't. Because that happens sometimes. Sometimes, numbers get fudged. And they'll think more people died than actually died. That happens. So, I'm going to still wait for another day or two and see what they're saying. But right now, they're saying 8. But I had initially heard 8 plus. And that's why I said allegedly 8 on the video yesterday. And I had somebody saying it wasn't allegedly. But that just, like I keep trying to say, low vibration people is always going to meet you with an argument before they meet you with comprehension. Like a low vibration person, they're always going to come meet you with something that it's opposition to what you're saying rather than understanding of what you're trying to convey. You understand what I'm saying? No, a high vibration person is going to want to learn. You got some information that they don't have and they're going to be curious. You understand what I'm saying? A low vibration individual is going to hear you say some information that they don't have and they're going to become defensive. They're going to reject it before they're going to embrace it. Just that might be able to help y'all with remove some people from your life that might be blocking some of your blessings. Low vibration mofos is always blocking blessings. I don't think they have no other purpose, to be honest with you. So allegedly there was somebody running around poking people with needles. If we get 5 more likes, I'm about to tell y'all something. And if I start on this other thing, that's the next thing that gonna say. I can say it after this, or I can say it now. We're gonna get the 5 more likes, and then I'm gonna wait to tell y'all the thing for like 20 minutes. You're gonna be pissed. I don't even know what you're talking about, Jasmine. I have no idea what you're talking about disrupting the show. I have no idea what you're talking about. Right now, you're just, okay, you didn't. Whatever you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. And there was no show last night, so I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know if you're trying to just start an argument with me or just trying to distract me. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know why you think I'm upset at you, to be honest with you. Shout out to you, though. Anyway, Two Feathers says, I think some people passed out from being pricked and some people got trampled from the crowd. I think that there's a myriad of different reasons why people needed assistance. All right, first of all, from what they're saying is there was 50,000 people there. They might not have just had, they probably just underestimated how many people was just going to be or how much space they needed. Because they're saying that when people started going towards the front of the stage, that's when a lot of the extra pushing and everything started happening. You understand what I'm saying? Because they could have just underestimated how much room they needed. You understand what I'm saying? So 100%, I think that people got injured. Not everybody that got injured directly due to whoever was running around pricking people. But definitely people got injured because of other reasons, like being pressed up against one another. I'm going to say something too. We had the jump off that we put up yesterday. I'm going to show y'all again real quick. I'm going to show y'all something. We had 50 likes. All right, I'm going to show y'all this thing first so I don't forget. So we had the jump off that we put up yesterday of the young lady, and she was talking about the scene that allegedly was happening when she was at the Astroworld, right? So hold on. Let's drop this real quick. I'm going to show you something. Listen, look. There was ambulance. Hold on. I relieved 1 medic. What the fuck? I seen other people doing CPR who still had a pulse because nobody post checked. I'm gonna explain something to y'all. Do you understand how dangerous CPR is? Okay, so I had CPR training. I don't know who else has had CPR training, but I want to explain something to you. You know, when you do CPR, if you do it correctly, you're probably gonna break the person's ribs. This is a fact. I had CPR training. All right. When you do CPR the right way, there's a good chance that you're gonna break the person's ribs. I just want to be clear on this. You're probably gonna break the person's ribs. They said that they had people doing CPR on people with a pulse. You know why you do CPR? To restart the heart. The person their heart has stopped. So you're doing CPR to restart the heart and the lungs. If the person has a pulse, you do not do CPR. CPR can break, if done, and I'm literally saying if done appropriately, in most cases breaks ribs. I don't know who else in here had CPR training or not. I don't know who else has CPR training or not. And think about this. They're doing CPR on people who had a pulse. So basically, there's people who needed CPR that they weren't even giving CPR to. They was busy giving CPR to people who was okay. So for everybody that don't understand the problem with giving CPR to a person that's already alive, you letting people die. I told you that dude was low vibration. I told you that dude was low vibration. You letting people die because you busy doing CPR on people that don't need CPR. So you just letting people die. Shout out to all the low vibration people in the chat that's willing to let people die by doing CPR on people that don't need CPR, because you know breaking ribs ain't that. You could grow a rib back. What about the people that's gonna die because they not getting CPR and they need it? Oh, low vibration energy never thinks about shit like that. What up, Tiandre Willis Sr. says, good morning. Travis Scott definitely should be stopped. He needs to be getting all the shit in the world thrown at him right now. That's a fact. We ain't playing with him. A. Brooks says, what up, A. Brooks? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is going well. Said, this is a freaking travesty. Man can't even enjoy a concert no more. Okay, we have 50 likes, so I'm going to tell y'all something. We're at 50 likes, so I'm going to tell y'all something. Thank you, Problematic. Then this idiot want people doing CPR on people that got a pulse instead of finding people that don't got a pulse and do CPR on them. So he want to break people ribs that's alive and all they need is a minute to get themselves back together. And he also want the people that die that actually need the CPR that you should be over there breaking ribs. Do you understand low vibration energy yet? They are incapable of perceiving the bigger picture. They are incapable of perceiving or even able to have conversation about anything that's not petty. They're incapable. A. Brooks says Travis been sold to soul. We know Kylie is a fake Beyonce Kardashian curse. I'm not getting into all of that shit right there. I'm not getting into all of that. Two Father says, all I'm going to say is Meet You on the Other Side was a banner on stage. That was a banner on stage? See, I don't trust none of this stuff. Shout out to these guys, though. I don't listen to, I'm going to explain something to y'all. I don't listen to music that's depressing music for the most part. Do I listen to shit like, I'm going to tell you a really depressing song I listen to, and that's only because it just 100% encapsulates my life to such a degree that there's no way that I cannot listen to the song. I want to tell you the song. Hard on Ice. Other than that, I don't really listen to too much depressing music because I wanna create my own mood and my own energy. So I want to listen to music to put me in a mood. I want to listen to a music to put me in a state of mind. So I don't listen to Travis Scott. I don't know what's going on with his music. All I know is he make drug music, and all I do is smoke weed for the most part. So it's not for me. With all due respect, we got 95 people in, man. Let's hit that like button. Now this is the thing I wanted to say at 50 likes. Listen. Remember when they first started talking about this whole pandemic thing? What did I tell y'all? I said there's a good chance that they just don't want us to be in crowds for some strange reason. I'm going to explain something to y'all real quick. Listen, I want you to really, really, really pay attention. America is at war with groups in other countries that do shit like suicide bomb. One of the things that people tend to forget is when Trump was president, he didn't want to talk with nobody about nothing. He was not very good with foreign relations. Due to the fact that he was not very good with foreign relations, he took a might is right approach. That's not the way that you deal with people. I don't care if you're stronger than a person. I don't care if you're more capable than a person. I don't care if you have more resources than a person. We don't take that might is right philosophy. First of all, taking that might is right philosophy stunts your growth and impairs growing. Because once you take the might is right philosophy and every single person that comes into your area, you just oppress, you don't need to grow no more. You're preventing other people from growth. You understand? My daughter just hit me up, said I love you. I love you too, baby girl. Are you watching the show? KJ from let's I'm gonna read some comments. And then I'm gonna talk more about this shit real quick about the whole Trump angle in 1 second. Read some comics. What up? I rock with you. TV says good morning, Frost. What up, A Brooks? Yo, somebody drop the Cash App in the chat. Let's get 5 to 10 $10 drops to the Cash App, y'all. What up, Akeem Sincere? I haven't seen you in a while, my brother. Salute. KJ from the Mob said there's only two for me, which is Biggie, Everyday Struggle, and DMX Slipping. I don't think Everyday Struggle is a negative song. I think both of those songs are positive songs because both of those songs talk about overcoming. So to me, both of those songs are positive songs. Any songs that's talking about overcoming an adversity, that's a positive song, homie. In my opinion. Kelly says, what up, Kelly? How you doing this morning? I thought you was green, Kelly. What happened? You ain't part of the green team no more, baby girl? Says, don't really listen to Travis, but what if they do find out someone did drug them? They seen rolling out. I've seen passing out. But 11, a cardiac arrest seems a little weird. The plug says, girl dad. That's a fact. No Limit Gaming says, across 110th Street, great song, just saying, Bobby Womack. Okay. So, hold on. So look, check this out. Do y'all remember when they doing this whole thing? Remember what I said? Remember what was one of the first things I said when people was like they don't believe in this whole thing? I said, yo, probably they doing this shit because they need for us to stop being in crowds. And my whole thing was let's pay attention to the government. We don't know what's going on in other countries. We're not there dealing with foreign affairs. We don't know what's going on in other countries. If y'all remember that, the lives are still up, so y'all can literally just figure out whenever we was like this whole shit was a big thing, and go back and watch the lives. The lives are still up. I was literally saying we don't know why the government is doing what they're doing. They might be doing this for a whole different reason. Let's listen to what they're saying. Remember, I've always been a person. I've never been a person. I've always been a person that said, let's adhere to whatever the government is trying to tell us to do, because we don't even know what's going on. Yeah, they might be lying, but they might be lying and concealing something else. They think about it like this. When do you lie when the thing that you're lying about isn't as bad as the lie you're making up? So let's say that they're lying about this shit for a minute. You know how bad the thing has to be that they're lying for this about? Big Yokes is frost. You 100% right, homie. You got people watching, enjoying the content, but won't hit the like button. That's brazy. Yeah, I don't understand it. It's cool, though. I mean, it's not really cool, but I can't do nothing about it. So all I can do is ask you to hit the like button. Since nobody want to hit the like button, do anybody want to pull up to the Cash App? We could do that. For everybody that already hit the like button, and y'all looking, and y'all seeing other people don't want to hit the like button, you could drop $5 and smack a fool. Just saying. Crump said, F everybody and not a member, and no one pressed him about it. I'm going to explain something to you. America can't say F every other country. And yeah, you're right, Two Feathers TV. America can't say F every country. We're literally the world's police. We don't have that. I'm going to explain something to you. And this is the shit that kills me. Some people don't have the latitude to say certain things because of the position that they hold. America holds a specific position on Earth. They don't have the latitude to be talking about screw every other country. We're just going to bomb you. When you are in authority, when you have a position of power, it's even more important that you operate with the understanding that with empathy. It's even more important to operate from a position of empathy. When you're in control, when you're in power, when you are the one that is stronger. A. Brooks says America is infested with hard drugs, and other countries are experiencing messed up weather and bombs dropping on innocent children. Okay, all countries are experiencing bombs and all this other stuff. There's tons of things going on. Every country has their own problem. If you think that America is only infested with hard drugs, America also has a crime problem. You know, in America, our prisons are filled to a percentage that no other place on earth, there's no other country that has as many criminals as America. There's no other place on that has as many. So we have a different problem. Drugs isn't the actual problem in America. The actual problem in America is that the citizen is seen more as a adversary to the country. The citizen is seen as an infection. The regular citizen is seen as an infection. Just pay attention to how the body operates with infections, and then pay attention to how America treats minorities. The minority civilian is seen as an infection. That's one of the biggest issues. And just pay attention. Don't mind me nothing. I don't know nothing. Just go research how the body deals with infections, and then research how America deals with people of color. That's it. That's it. For everybody that thinks I'm wrong, go do that. Akeem Sincere says majority of people locked up globally is here in the U.S. That's a fact. BX Tigra says, I feel like Biden is the worst president in American history, in my opinion. Could y'all tell me something that Biden did? Good. Even Trump did something good by now. Could you tell me the something that Biden did good since he was in the presidency? For black people, by the way. For black people. He's done a ton of good for every other race. He's done more good for people in other countries than he did for black people living in America so far. So it is what it. Don't worry, they're gonna trick black people into voting for him again. All of the activists of the world are gonna come out in about a year and a half, and they're gonna have miraculously forgiven him for everything. Watch. Big Yo says, Frost, you should take a drill squad to rub out people who don't hit the lane. Akeem says, facts, especially those that reproduce. Yes. We're the enemy, homie. We're the enemy. Well, not all of us. I'm the enemy. If you're a black person trying to destroy another black person, you're not the enemy. If you're a black person that's trying to, like, that's a stereotypical black person doing all the negative effed up stuff that they try to make us look like we are part of, then you're not the enemy. The only people that are actually, the only black minority people that are actually the enemy of the government are the people that want to do right. The people that want good things to happen. The people that want to help their people. The people that want to wake their people up out of sleep. The people that don't want to send innocent black people to jail. The people that don't want us killing each other. The people that say, I'm not gonna stand. The black people that say, I'm not gonna stand here and have you talking crazy about our black brothers and sisters. We're not doing that. But the people that want to listen to all of the hate against each other, the people that want to spread lies, the people that want to harass other black people, no, those black people, they're not the problem. Those black people are 100% not the problem for the government. They love you niggas. All of you house niggas. Too Farber said if you support the Democrat, first of all, Akeem says, Wireless Star says, Democrats have always despised black people. My dude, the Democrats were actually the slave owners. Y'all do know this, right? Wait, hold on. Can we stop everything? Y'all do know the Democrats were the Confederates, right? Y'all know this, right? The Democrats were the Confederates. See, that's the thing that they leave out. That's the thing that they do. Hold on, who knew that? Okay, first of all, let's get this. Let's do this poll real quick. We got 69 people that voted. I'm gonna end the poll, and then we about to put another poll up because I'm curious about this. Yo, y'all know that, right? The Democrats were the Confederates. Y'all know that, right? Like, I'm not telling you nothing new, am I? I hope I'm not telling you nothing new. The Democrats were the Confederates. You know, the people that wanted to keep slavery alive? Those were the Democrats. I want y'all to go check and see what Martin Luther King's political party was. Because somebody go check and see what Martin Luther King's political party was. I know what it is, by the way. I just want somebody else to go check it. Oh, believe me, Nubis, I know you didn't know. Believe me, Nubis, I know you didn't know. So that's just something to talk about. I don't even know how we got on this conversation. But yeah, that's just something to talk about. Like, the Democrats were initially, just for everybody to know. Look, I'm going to tell you something. Once I consider you low vibration energy, I don't take none of your comments seriously. Believe me, Nubis, I don't think you know anything about anything. I'm not even being disrespectful, man. I'm not kicking you. You stay all you want. But believe me, I don't think you know anything about anything. You made a comment earlier that was so low energy, I don't think you know nothing about nothing. So you don't got to tell me you don't know something. I already know you don't know it. I don't think you know anything I know. Count out the King Shib with the $5 drop. King Shib pulls up into the saloons. He walks in the doors. Hold on, let me. King Shib walks in the doors. He's like, hey. He walks in. He looks this way. He looks that way. He looks that way. King Shib isn't that tall. The bouncers looking down at him like this. King Shib isn't that tall. King Shib walks into the saloon. His spurs dragging on the floor. So he's walking like this because his spurs is so heavy. And you just hear the scraping on the floor as he walk. Everybody's going like this. Lift up your feet, you rag bastard. He walks up to the bar, to the bar. He says, hey, let me get a sarsaparilla. Bartender says, bartender hands him a coffee. He says, could I get it light and sweet with a little bit of hazelnut? He puts it like that. He gives him, hey, King Shib, what kind of muffin are you having this morning? He hands King Shib a muffin. He says, which muffin do you want, King Shib? We got blueberry. We got corn muffins, and we got what's the other kind of muffin? Fucking pomegranates. There we go. Those are the muffins we got this morning. What kind of muffin you want with your coffee this morning, King Shib? Shout out to King Shib pulling up to the saloons. Nubis says, I'm Canadian, so much of my knowledge of American is from school, and they tell us about the Republican Party and it's negative, but never anything negative about the Democratic Party. Okay, Nubis. Now I know exactly which troll you are. Two Feathers TV says, wicked ass Andrew Jackson and Thomas Jefferson. First of all, just so we could give a real quick understanding of, our American system taught us that those men were wicked. We don't know what side of whatever that they was on. A lot of people, I just want to say this like this, they lived in a totally different time than us. That's why anybody saying that Donald Trump is the worst president in history, I'm like, how? There's presidents that lived while slavery existed. How is Donald Trump the worst president in history? I'm not a Donald Trump fan, but there's presidents that were a president while slavery existed. So every president before the 16th president is a douchebag. They allowed slavery to exist during their presidency. So how are you telling me that Donald Trump is worse than any of those guys? Explain this to me. Yeah, pomegranate muffin. I'm thinking of something. I think it's pomegranate. I don't think it's pomegranate no more. Thank you for saying that. It's not pomegranate I was thinking about. It's a different type of muffin. I can't remember the name now. Cranberry. Cranberry muffin, not pomegranate. All right, so we're going to take a real quick break. Give me 2 seconds. Listen to the... We got a whole movie we might play. I'm going to have to talk to Foot in the Ass Entertainment. Be right back. Ah, shit, I thought I turned the mic down. I didn't turn the mic down. I turned the volume down? Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Did I turn the volume down or the mic down? God dang it. I turned the volume down. I meant to turn the mic down. I turned the volume down. I'm sorry about that. All right, we're gonna run the video. We're gonna run it a little bit later. I don't want to redo it. I turned the volume down by accident. I want to apologize about that. All right, let's get back to the conversation. So there was a situation that happened at the Travis Scott jump off. So I just want to be clear about this. I 100% believe that we have terrorist attacks going on in America. I think that some of the times that these terrorist attacks happen, it's 100% them white kids shooting up schools. I want to be clear on this. I think that this is being withheld from us. I think that these terrorist attacks with these white kids shooting up these schools and these people shooting up these freaking venues, remember when they had the concert in Las Vegas about a year or two ago, and they had the dude shooting it out through the window in the Las Vegas hotel? I think a lot of these things are actually terrorist attacks. We just don't hear about it being terrorist attacks because they don't want to scare the population. I think that it was about to get so bad that they had to put everybody inside. I'm not saying that coronavirus doesn't exist, but I'm saying, what if that was the attack that they were going to use against the American people? And maybe it's also got large groups of people, then they start releasing gas or some bullshit. We don't know. Akeem Sincere says, Trail of Tears. They don't speak of the black natives that lost everything. That's my people. No, Abraham Lincoln, just so we could be clear, Abraham Lincoln did not free the slaves to free the slaves, man. He just wanted to get them to stop fighting against us because the North was losing. Look, this is a conversation for a different day, man. I'm lit on history, for real, for real. I'm like, my history, I'm lit on history. That was my first favorite subject in school because I grew up with liars. So history never changes. So that's the way I always perceived it. So I'm lit on history. That was always my favorite subject. Because they say one thing and then you don't have to worry about it being different later. You understand what I'm saying? So I always loved history. First of all, I would not ever go to a Travis Scott concert. I would not ever go to any of these concerts, a Travis Scott concert. I would never go to a Trippie Redd concert. I would never go to anywhere where these guys were performing. I don't want to be in a building while these guys are performing. I get it. These guys are good artists. But I'm not with the demonology. I'm not with the demonic symbolization. I'm not with that. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that those things hold power. So therefore, I don't want to be with that. That's not my type of thing. I'm not knocking them. Go do it. Go appreciate all of these things in which you are appreciating. But that's not my energy, so I don't want to be around it. So hold on. Let's hold on. Hold on. Let's say I want to say something else about this whole Travis Scott thing. Hold on. I told you we wasn't going to get to 100. And that's why I slowed the show down. Because we're not going to get to 100. So I might as well slow the show down. I want to say something real quick. Pay attention. Pay attention. Let me tell you something real quick. Pay attention. Travis Scott comes out and he says that he would like to be, he wants all of the family members of anybody that died to contact him. If I'm a family member, I'm not contacting them. I don't want to contact them. I don't want to talk to them. They can talk to my lawyer. No. I bet you, I guarantee you, people are still going to hate 6ix9ine more than Travis Scott. I guarantee you, people are still going to hate 6ix9ine more than Travis Scott. I guarantee you it is. I guarantee you. This is why I don't respect the shit with people. Could we have my son come out and talk about this? You see why you can't just talk about Tekashi when you feel like talking about Tekashi? Because this is something that you should speak on. Oh, it don't got nothing to do with snitches, so it's not. But I thought caring about human beings was important. This is why these dudes don't want to talk to me. I guarantee these dudes don't want to talk to me. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. They don't want to talk to me. They can't do that trick talking with me. And I'm not saying that to knock my son. I'm not going at him. Y'all know I fuck with him. But I'm saying he doesn't want to talk to me because he's gonna have to give certain answers that he might not be capable of giving. He don't want to talk to me. So when y'all hear me talk to him, I'm usually trying to I've tried to throw him softballs. I'm trying to throw him softballs, allow him to hit a couple out the park. I'm being honest with you. I don't think he can handle it. I don't think he can handle me coming at him. So I'm usually trying to throw him softballs whenever I'm talking to him, because I don't want him to get in his feelings. Akeem Sincere says not true. Look up the Creek Indian Nations. Also, okay, we're not necessarily having that conversation, but Sincere, please, and keep informing people. We also aren't necessarily having the 6ix9ine conversation, but keep informing people. So look, check this out. How is he talking about the families of the people that died should contact him? No, nigga, when they was dying, you wanted to keep doing your show. We're not, our lawyers is going to contact you. That's who's going to contact you. We don't want no kind words. Because we're not just suing you, Travis Scott. We're suing not just you. We're suing every single sponsor your event has. No N-word, please, BX Tiger. I know I say the N-word. I'm going to try to stop. We're not just suing you. We're suing every sponsor. We're suing the people who put the production on. We're suing the people. We're suing every single entity that has anything to do with this event, including the city, including the state. We're suing everyone. We're going to sue so many people. Somebody is just going to have to settle with us to get the fuck up out of here. That's what we're going to do. So I hope none of these people fall for that. I hope 0 of these people fall for the we want to speak to y'all. And no, they don't really want to speak to y'all. They just know they're gonna have to give y'all 50. They know they're about to be $100 million out of they're about to lose about $200 million. 8 people died. How many people got injured? The people who got injured, they probably gonna get 50 to 100,000 apiece. They neglected to stop or slow the show down. They gave no care or concern for the injured. People died. Any single one that calls up Travis Scott so they can have a get-together with him, you are an idiot. Your family has just, through a tragic tragedy, your family has just gotten a lottery ticket. Two Fathers TV says, Frost, I love your show because you don't double talk. You're very direct. So I can only imagine how you treat somebody like my son. These dudes don't want to have a conversation with me, man. And believe me, I just toss some softballs. Or every time you see me have any type of interviews with any of these guys, I usually just toss some softballs. Because they're not coming to do an interview with me to really tell y'all anything. They just coming to do an interview with me so they could just, for whatever their purposes is, they don't really want to tell y'all anything. If they wanted to tell y'all anything, I wouldn't have to ask a question 3 and 4 times, right? There's lawyers on social media is asking for all the video already. Lawsuits are already in motion. I'm telling you right now. 1 death is too much. That's a fact. 8. Let me find the Travis Scott thing for y'all real quick. Let me try to find this Travis Scott shit for y'all real quick. Oh shit, we had to drive. Ramsey Ali with the $1 drop says, I vote yes for the Frost Drill Squad. This was a minute ago. I just saw it. This was 15 minutes ago. I just saw it. I'm paying attention to the dub drop. Ramsey Ali standing outside the saloon. He's looking in the window. It costs $5 to get in. He only had 1. Somebody put the Cash App in the chat. The Astroworld massacre. I wouldn't call it a massacre. We're not gonna do that. It wasn't a massacre. You know what a massacre is? What up, Kitty Queen? She says, good mornings. I wouldn't call it a massacre. Not that you can't call it a massacre. Call it whatever you want, but I wouldn't call it a massacre. I would just think of massacres. Just 8 people dying, and there's thousands of people there. It's not a massacre. A massacre, more people have to. It has to be closer to the number of people that were there. Like if there was 10 people there and 8 people died, that's a massacre. If there's 30 people there and 25 people die, that's a massacre. If there's 50,000 people there and 8 people die, that's a tragedy. That's just in my opinion. You could think it's a massacre. Yeah, they made a statement. Hold on. I'm gonna get the Travis Scott statement real quick. They made a statement. He has to make a statement. They fucked up, homie. They fucked up. They fucked up, fucked up. They fucked up, fucked up. They didn't stop the show, nothing. They didn't tell nobody in the audience that anything was happening. More people got hurt. Hold on. I'm going to get to that. Matter of fact, I'm going to get to that when we get to 100 likes. Hit that button. Get us to 100 likes. I'm going to get to why they're screwed. And why every single person that goes to sue them is going to win. As soon as we get to 100 likes. If they let me fucking put this shit up. Give me the damn... Okay, you're not going to let me do that one. Can I do that one? I'm going to tell you, they're screwed. Every single person that tries to sue them should win. It shouldn't even be a debate. All right, so this is what I'm going to be reading. It says, I'm absolutely devastated by what took place last night. My prayers go out to the families and all those impacted by what happened at Astroworld Festival. Houston PD has my total support as they continue to look into the tragic loss of life. I'm committed to working together with the Houston community to help to support the families in need. Thank you to Houston PD, Fire Department, NRG Park for their immediate response and support. Love all. One, I'm not, if I was a person that lost somebody, I'm not accepting this apology. And the reason why not is because people are alerting you to what was happening. He was alerted to what was happening before majority, at least to my knowledge, before majority of the individuals that got injured. So there's a good chance that they could have caught the person who was doing it if he would have stopped the show. There's a good chance that less people would have got injured if he would have stopped the show. That's a fact. That's a factual statement. Because if he stops the show and everybody stops everything that they're doing and look around, less people get injured. Over 100 people got injured. I think they said 250 people, pardon me. I don't want to get this wrong. Let's pull up an article real quick. All right, let's pull up an article. I don't want to get this wrong. Hold on. Let's clear this out so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Let's see if it says how many people. Let's look and see where it says how many people. All right, so we're getting into numbers right here. Hold on, let me just close this up some. Boom, boom, boom. We're getting into numbers right here. Hold on. We're getting into numbers right here. The KS sent at least 25 people to the hospital, with 11 of them remained there Saturday afternoon. Turner said 5 of them were under the age of 18. He said the ages of the victims ranged from 14 to 27. The age of one person who was killed remained unknown. The causes of their death are pending the medical examiner's determination, Pena said. With 50,000 people in attendance at NRG Park. With 50,000 people in attendance at NRG Park, the stadium complex where the Astrodome and the NRG Stadium stand, the crowd surge began unfolding around 9. A lot of this happened, for everybody to be clear, around 9:30, I believe. They were saying between 9 and 9:30 is when a lot of this happened. The crowd, for whatever reason, began to push the surge towards the front of the stage, which caused the people in the front to be compressed. They were unable to escape the situation. Scott was on an outdoor stage when he paused and looked at the crowd in confusion as an ambulance with flashing lights moved through the audience, according to the video of the event. On Saturday, Scott was posting an Instagram story sending out prayers to the lost ones. I felt like we was drowning in a pool filled with just people. That's what somebody says. All right, so real quick, I just want to say something. I'm gonna just so we could be transparent. If he honestly did not know, he's about to get the pantsuit off of him, and rightfully so. If he honestly did not know, then he has to fire whoever on his team responsibilities it was to make sure that he find out things like that. That person got to go. They don't have a job no more, homie. That person 100% got to go. If he did not know, if he honestly did not know, if nobody honestly stopped the show, told him, if he don't got an earpiece for somebody to be like, yo, look, we got a situation. If he honestly 100% did not know, somebody got to be fired. Let's look at this last poll that we had. 22 minutes it was in. 46 people voted. Said, did you know that the Democratic Party started from the Confederates? 74% of the people said yes. 26% said no. Akeem says it's a video showing people begging for them to stop the show. They were begging the wrong people. I'm not sure if Travis Scott got word of it, but they were asking the people who control the cameras to stop the show. Those guys don't have nothing to do with anything. You sent me the TikTok on Instagram, copy. I'm about to look at it right now. Travis Scott is not going to be held liable for the core amount of anything that will organize the property damages who are responsible. So you don't know how lawsuits work, Call Out Time? Call Out Time. You don't know how lawsuits work? Okay. Everybody, could somebody in here please tell Call Out Time how lawsuits work? Because I'm not engaging in that. But if somebody else want to talk to him about how lawsuits work, then they can. What up, Symbology Skinner? He says, salute BB and family. Somebody on the team should have alerted him. That's a fact. If he didn't know, see, that's the point, BX Tigra. If he didn't know, BX Tigra says, I don't care if he didn't know, he should have known. If he didn't know, he was supposed to know. So if he didn't know, who were the people that were supposed to tell him? All of y'all niggas gotta go. Y'all guys have just cost me such a lawsuit. That's y'all paychecks for the next 5 or 6 years. Peace. Of course I'm right, Akeem Sincere. You just have people that come in here and say things that are wrong so they can try to hold me up because it's low vibration energy. They just try to sound smart when they're saying it. That's all. But it's low vibration energy. They want to see which one of y'all they could trick into agreeing with them. Yeah, so that's all that is. They just want to see which one of y'all they could trick into agreeing something that they don't know nothing about. Because they don't know what they're talking about. What up, Emmanuel? They know they don't know what they're talking about. These guys be coming in here saying the stupidest shit. You gotta know they don't. You gotta know that they know that they don't know what they're talking about right now. If you don't know that they don't know that they don't, if you don't understand that they even know they don't know what they're talking about, I don't know what to tell you. There's a reason why I don't forgive people. There's nobody in the world that ever did something evil to you and did not hate you. Believe me when I tell you that. As soon as they get a chance, they're going to do it again. I promise you. Okay, before I actually let y'all hear it, I'm going to look at it real quick. Give me 1 second. I want to see what she's saying and everything. I just want to make sure it's relevant. Oh, thank you. Somebody was trying to hit me while I'm live. Please stop trying to hit me while I'm live. Unless you're a person that's a regular on the show, I'm not gonna answer. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Nah, we good, brother. Don't worry about it. I just want to say this. I don't go to people chats. So whenever you see BBN in somebody else's chat, I promise you, there's way better chance that it's not me than that it is. I do not go on other people's channels. Salute to you though, and no problems, but this is why I don't really do business with y'all and other YouTube content creators. Because people are always trying to create problems between me and other people, and I just don't got time for it. But I don't got no issues with you. Salute, brother. I appreciate everything that you're doing over there. Yeah, that's why that's why I don't really want to never do nothing with no YouTube content creators. Because people are always trying to get me to argue and fight with them. And I'm just not on that type of time. I don't care to do that. If the only way we could be cool and the only way we could interact is off of negativity, I don't want to know you. Anyway, with that being said, yes, he didn't know he was supposed to know point blank he's the headliner. It's his show. There's no way. I'm gonna explain something to y'all real quick. I get hit up by somebody in the music industry a couple of months ago, about a year ago, about a year and a half ago. I get hit up by somebody in the music industry, right? And they tell me that they are a part of a lawsuit. But they tell me it's gonna come up that their name is in the lawsuit. But they're like, yo, don't worry about it. They good. The only reason why their name is in the lawsuit is because the people that are suing really want to sue some other people. But since they also was a part of the production, and even though they didn't do anything wrong, their name is also on the lawsuit. But sooner or later, at some point, their name is going to be, no, their lawyers are going to get them removed, but their name is on the lawsuit initially. You want to know why? Because everybody that has something to do with the production name is going to be on the lawsuit. Because you're suing everyone. That's literally the way that works. All right, you send me a voice message. I don't got time to listen to it. They all have an earpiece. Somebody had to have relayed to me. I don't believe he didn't know, just so we could be clear. Just so you can understand my position, I 100% think that he knew. I just think that he's not a leader and didn't know what to do at that point. I 100% think that he knew. 100%. 100%. I don't think he didn't know. I think he knew. I think that's the confusion that we see. He don't know what to do next. When I go to events, I read everybody's comments. If anybody's saying I'm only reading the green team comments, maybe it was at a specific event. But I read everybody's comments. But I do want people to be a part of the green team, and it makes me easier for me to be able to see people's comments when they are part of the green team. So when you are part of the green team, I'm probably gonna see your comments. Your comments are gonna pop. And I'm going to feel kind of a responsibility to read your comments over people comments who don't support the channel. With all due respect, I should. Just like you donate to the channel, my dude. You're not Green Team. I wish you don't join Green Team. But you're not Green Team. When I see your comments, I feel an obligation to read your comments because you do drops to the Cash App. Also, could we put the Cash App in the chat? We need 5 to 10 $10 drops to the Cash App this morning. He knew. The show could have went on after they stopped everything. We got to stop everything 10, 15, 20 minutes. We got to get those ambulances to everybody that needs assistance. We got to make sure that we get some path room. We got to make sure that everybody could, anybody needs refreshments, water. We got to stop everything to make sure everybody is okay. We got to stop everything. What are you talking about? Everything got to stop. We got to make sure everybody's okay. Tell me where I'm wrong. 10, it's a show. You could stop 10, 15, 20 minutes. You could stop 20, 30 minutes. You could stop 45 minutes. Those people ain't going nowhere, homie. They paid for a concert. I promise you, if that concert lasted to 5 in the morning, almost 90% of those people would have stayed till 5 in the morning. A. Brooks says, man, King Vaughn didn't even know his next stop after his album release party and ended up being killed. What kind of management? Oh, that's what happened? He didn't even know his next stop? I didn't even know about that, A. Brooks. You put me on the game if that's true. BX Tiger says, KC, crowds were screaming at him to stop numerous times. Everybody was screaming for him to stop. People was running up on the stage saying stop. There's no way in the world that his team did not know and couldn't convey that information to him. They did not know what to do. Could we stop assuming just because people are managers that they know what to do? Sometimes you need people that are literally crisis managers on the team. So when shit go left, you got somebody that knows, okay, we got to do this, and that. That person's in charge now. Hold on, let me listen to what this dude got to say real quick. Hello? Oh, yeah, I thought I was on the phone for a minute because I was just talking on the shit. Pardon me. I'm just losing it. You seen the video of him apologizing. He looked like he had a headache. I don't believe... See, this is the thing. We live in this culture now where people do this. You know what? We're just going to do the fucked up thing and apologize about it later. We're not going to ask for permission. We got to ask for forgiveness. We live in that era too much. There's just too much of that. There's too much of people asking for forgiveness instead of trying to do the right thing initially. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I think is happening. A. Brooks says, no, his own manager said they didn't know they was going to be at that location. His own manager said that? I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. They probably, I'm going to explain. Okay, so let's talk about Treyway for 2 seconds. You want to know what was the downfall of Treyway? Too many people trying to be the manager. Too many people wanting to manage Tekashi 6ix9ine. That was the actual downfall of Treyway. Yes, you had CEO Chris out there with the whole drugs thing, but that had nothing to do with Treyway. That had something to do with non-Trey. Get it? Treyway didn't go down because of 9-Trey. Treyway went down because of something else. 9-Trey was going down because of CEO Chris. Period. CEO Chris was enabled to bring down Treyway with 9 Trey because of the shenanigans that 9 Trey was doing in order because they was having a managerial dispute. I had somebody go behind my back and fuck up a deal that I had about a billboard because they wanted to try to force me in a position where I have to do business with them. I am never going to do business with them again a day in my life, and I don't care what happens. Off of that strength. When people do some dirt to you, just believe it. That's it. Just believe it. That man didn't care if anybody died. He planned to apologize later. That was the plan. Just keep doing the show. Forget all of that. They'll sort that out. Let the police and let the security sort that out. We'll just apologize later. When all they had to do was stop the show for 20 or 30 minutes and be absolved of any fault and probably save some lives and prevent maybe 45, 50 people from being injured. All they had to do was stop the show. Let's hit that like button. Oh shit, we almost to 100. Let's get to 100 likes, y'all. Apparently the new king of New York is EBK, K-Flock and them. Isn't K-Flock beefing with Ron Suno or whatever his name is? K-Flock beefing with that guy, right? I tried to go get an interview with Ron Suno and I hit him up and he just dubbed me. So shout out to you, my nigga. Shout out to K. I do not have a both of these dudes from the Bronx. Ron Suno was actually from Co-op City. I went to Truman. That's actually the only reason why I was trying to hit him up and get an interview because I assume he went to Truman too. So I was only hitting him up to try to get an interview because we both went to Truman and shit. But I don't know. Shout out to that shit. I hope nobody died. That's all I can say. I hope these guys keep it entertainment. And when I say keep it entertainment, I mean it's okay to pull up and y'all fight. You know, like if these rappers could just do more street fights every now and then where nobody's getting cut, nobody's getting shot, we'd enjoy that. We'd enjoy that. If these rappers could stop killing each other and just maybe there's an altercation and maybe there's just a fight, but everybody go home, don't nobody die, nobody got a broken arm, nobody lost the eye, just a little roughed up, we'd enjoy that. We'd enjoy that way more than them killing each other. But these rappers can't take a loss in order to get to the win. So since they can't take a loss in order to get to the win, this is what it is. It's not easy to take a loss in order to get to the win, especially when you're always losing. But these rappers been doing a lot of winning. They could take a loss. Like me, I can't name the last time I got a win. Maybe 4 or 5 years, maybe 3, 4 years ago. I got a win like 3, 4 years ago, man. I can't remember what it was, but it happened. I'm assuming. I see a loss coming. I'm going to try to avoid that shit. I'm just going to keep it a stack with you. Shout out to Two Feathers TV. Say K-Flock beefing with his blood cousin. I can't support none of this little demons. Well, he's beefing with his blood cousin. Hopefully that keeps people from getting killed. Once again, it's okay for these guys to shoot. Pardon me. It's okay for these guys to fight. I don't think that there's nothing wrong with these dudes arguing. I don't think there's nothing wrong with these dudes running into each other every now and then. Dust getting kicked up. I get that. You understand what I'm saying? I get it. But if we could just stop with the killing, people don't got to get stabbed. People don't got to get shot. You don't have to get into a fight with a dude and try to stomp his head into the ground. We don't got to do any of these. You understand what I'm saying? I think kicking somebody in the head, period, should be attempt murder. Period. And if they got video you kicking somebody in the head, that should be. I don't even understand how they just show it to the jury and let the jury know. Look, the act of kicking somebody in the head is attempt murder. Period. He kicked that person in the head. You have to hold him. Period. This coward culture is crazy. Let me explain something to you. Somebody ran through a crowd of people, allegedly sticking individuals with needles that were going to have them overdose and die. That's coward culture. You want to know what else coward culture is? Getting on the internet and just telling lies about somebody that you know they can't prove that you lying because what you saying is a lie. You know it's almost impossible to prove a lie wrong. You know when somebody is just lying, it's almost impossible to prove them wrong. If they're just making it up out of clear air, how could you prove something is a lie that never happened? You get it? If it never happened, how can you prove it was a lie? You can't. You can't. It's impossible. It never happened. You can only prove that something happened. The absence of evidence is not the evidence. The absence of evidence is not the proof of, fuck, I forgot how the damn saying goes. It's a dope ass saying though. They said it on Boondocks. Good morning. Anyway, we got 106 people in here, man. There's 108 people in the chat. Could we please hit that like button? Send out some more notifications. We got 93 likes, man. We could get to 100. Hold on, let's see some of your comments real quick. I hate drill music, especially my drill scene, nasty behavior. I don't like the fact that drill music is directly associated with black people killing other black people, period. People killing other people, period. People. I don't like any music that is directly associated with the murder of other human beings. Let's just say that. And all of you rappers that's making music about actual murders that you killed, you're literally writing your own death certificate. Shout out to Shane Burgos. Said he took care of business last night in UFC. He's a Bronx native. Salute to the brother. Emmanuel says we need to see the guy that injected. We don't know who the guy is yet. You say I'm winning. I'm just gonna believe you. I don't know what to say other than that. Shout out to that. All of the winning jackets. Doing all of the. You know what? Y'all can help me win because somebody put the Cash App in the chat. Y'all could, everybody that think that Jack is winning, drop $1. Let's see how winning Jack is doing. Every single person that think Jack is winning, drop $1 into the Cash App. Let's see how much. We got 108 people in here. For every person that think that Jack is winning, let's drop $1 into the Cash App or $1 into the freaking the super chat. Let's do that. If I'm really winning, we'll get $1 drops. If I'm not winning, obviously you guys is laughing at that like I'm laughing at that. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, Symbology Scanner, I read that already. I appreciate you though, Dank. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to make my heart believe things that my eyes don't see. One of the most hated people that ever lived. Do y'all see the internet? What the fuck? I'm one of the most hated people that ever lived. Anyway, no, we need the person caught. The point I'm trying to make is, because he didn't stop the show, it made it infinitely more difficult to know what was going on. So I doubt that anybody is going to be able to catch this guy. The only way anybody is going to be able to catch this guy, in my opinion, is if they had a camera on the security guard at all times. Because if the security guard was standing in a location where they had a camera at, a static camera, then what could happen is you could see who walked up on the security guard and pricked them. Other than that, I don't see how they could find out who did it. I'm sorry. It was just very important that they stopped the show. The show was not stopped. I would be suing everyone. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to have a discussion. I don't want to find out what y'all going to do the next time this happens. I lost my loved one today because you didn't care. You didn't care enough to stop a damn show. Travis Scott's marketability just dropped. He didn't just lose money that he has in his bank account. He also lose money that he was projected to get. His marketability just fell off the damn map. No, they already know it was people injecting people with opioids because they hit the security guard with Narcan to keep them alive. Narcan is basically the shit that you give somebody when they overdose. Yeah, but we don't know who the guy is. How are we going to have a conversation about somebody that we know nothing about? Explain that to me, Emmanuel. Explain that to me. Emmanuel, please explain to me about us having a conversation that we have no information on, or should we have a conversation about what we have information on? I think I'm going to have the conversation about what we have information on, and I'm not going to have the conversation about what we don't have information on. Because I don't have any, I can't talk about a thing that we have no information on. BX Tiger says there's a lot of HD cameras. I don't think anybody was ejected anything into neck. Sounds far-fetched. Once again, all I'm saying is that there was a security guard. The security guard, they said, had a puncture wound in his neck. They hit him with Narcan. They also said that they believed that people was hitting people with opioids. I'm assuming that they was testing the people that died and they had high levels of opioids. Also, there was a 10-year-old boy that got hit and he died of an opioid overdose. So you don't think people were doing the opioids? Did somebody give it? There was the 10-year-old. You understand? So I'm not trying to come at you, but like I said, we got to discuss the information that we have. We can't just decide that we're just gonna, talk about things that we have no information on. If we have something that we have information on, there's nothing wrong with doing hypotheticals, but it don't make us. It makes less sense when we have something that we can actually construct a conversation around. No Limit Gaming says, serious question: would you cook cream or wheat that expires October 28th? I don't really know about cream or wheat that much, so you gotta talk to somebody that knows more about cream or wheat. As much as I do actually like cream or wheat. But generally speaking, the expiration date of almost anything with the exception of milk is usually, well, like if something says that like if you got something that is not never been opened and it says it expired like last week, you could probably use it as long as it's not like liquid and stuff like that. I don't know. I think milk is like the main thing that when it says it's expired, it's done. And medicine. You seen a news report saying the same thing about what, Cole Dank? G Dank? What up, Russell Lawrence? Russell Lawrence says, yeah, you good as grain. See, because the grain is dry, you understand? So it should be good, right? It should take a little bit longer before it be a wrap. What up, Mel B. Easy? Says a lot of people that were there said way more people died, the media lying. I initially heard it was 12. That's why if y'all look at the morning coffee that we did yesterday, I said allegedly 8. And somebody was like started attacking me over it. It's not allegedly. Like, we don't know how many people died, homie. It could have been 8. It could have been 13. It could have been 6. Allegedly, it's 8. The fuck? A. Brooks says, there's so many fiends in my city. Should deal Narcan as don't fiend bonus. I think you could possibly go, but Narcan is also a controlled substance, I believe. But yeah, I think you could probably possibly sell Narcan on the street. Why not? Tada says it's now known as the sicko mode sacrifice ritual. That's really what they was calling it. I'm not calling it that. Shout out to that. It's known as whatever it's known. I'm not calling it. I'm not saying that there's no sacrifice that's happening. I'm not saying there's probably a ton of rituals happening, but I'm not saying that this was one of them. Mel B. Easy says salute. They saying 100. Could we hit that like button, please, so we could get up to 100 likes? Send out some notifications. BX Tiger says, I agree with more people dying than what they reported. First of all, if you're doing it the appropriate way, you're not telling people the absolute amount of people that died initially. You're gonna wait a couple of days and you're gonna roll it out. So you're not gonna just be initially off the rip. 20 people died. You're gonna be like, well, 16 people. Right now the number's at 16. You do know that you have to be confirmed dead also. So this confirmed dead, because there's a point where they might still be working on you to keep you alive. So you got to be confirmed dead also. So that's just something to just throw out there for anybody that don't know. Okay, once again, the reason why this is not called a massacre, in my opinion, is a massacre means almost as many people died as were there. There were 50,000 people there, and there's only a confirmed 8 people dead. Therefore, okay, maybe I'm wrong, right? Let's just say maybe I'm wrong for a minute, right? Because I don't want to keep going back and forth over this conversation. It don't make sense. So let's just go get the definition of a massacre. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Who the fuck knows, right? Let's get the definition. An indiscriminate and brutal slaughter of people. Deliberately and violently kill a large number of people. Thousands are brutally massacred by soldiers. Let me just put this up here real quick. So we could just stop. Could we just please stop calling this a massacre? Could we just please, could we just not do that no more? Could we stop calling this a massacre? This is not a massacre. Deliberately and violently kill a large 8 people. 8 out of 50,000. Deliberately and violently kill a large number of people. Thousands were brutally massacred by soldiers. Totally different thing. Alright? Please, could we stop doing that? I hate when people see me working and they just assume I'm just being loud because I'm being loud while I'm actually shooting my podcast and working. So they decide that their new thing is that they're gonna just ruin my life. So I keep trying to tell you, I'm not saying that I have total control over anything and people are supposed to, but these people are just making noise because they just trying to disrupt what I'm doing, and all I'm doing is my podcast and working. I keep trying to tell you, know the character of a motherfucker. My father, who I know I don't get along with, once told me the 2 things that you don't do is fight a drunk man and get interrupt a man while he's working. Those are character issues. That don't got shit to do with anything else but a person's character. If a person see you working and they trying to purposely come disrupt you, that's a character flaw. Don't accept it as anything else other than that. These are facts. That lady's just doing that because she see me working and she's trying to disrupt me. I was here before everybody in this room. Y'all be wondering why I'm really a nice person, but y'all wonder why I don't talk to people and I try to stay to myself. People are usually just doing stuff to hurt my life. That's why I stay to myself, man. That's why I don't talk to people. Russell Lawrence says, I don't think it was that bad. Stuff like fighting and passing out happens at festivals all the time. They don't stop the show, not a sacrifice. This was not fighting. This was a situation where people were actually dying, Russell Lawrence. So Russell Lawrence don't think when people are dying, you should stop the show. Copy. We're just gonna, I'm not gonna argue with you, homeboy. You just said, even if people are dying, you can't stop the show. Shout out to you, Russell Lawrence. Melby Easy says it was a human sacrifice. The kid said it was very demonic. All of those shows are demonic. Can I say something? Y'all know all of these shows are demonic? I wouldn't go to a Trippie Redd show. Like, you couldn't tell me Trippie Redd was performing and I'd want to go. You couldn't tell me that Travis Scott was performing and I want to go. And it don't got nothing to do with how good their music is or isn't. Their music just isn't for me. Their music just isn't for me. I'm not talking about how good their music is or isn't. What the fuck do I know? But their music isn't for me. So I personally just wouldn't deal with it. I wouldn't go to one of their concerts. I just wouldn't. I don't worship the devil. I don't want to talk about the devil. I don't want to encourage other people to worship the devil. I don't even want to encourage other people to do things to hurt other people. What am I always saying over here? We have to be helpful to each other. We have to be complimentary to each other. We're supposed to be trying to raise each other up and support one another. So I don't even want to be a part of any of this shit. Shout out to that. I'm never going to be rich. I'm never going to sell my soul, and I don't want the devil to win. So I'm never going to be rich. I don't even operate with the understanding that that's a possibility. I'm just trying to live. Which dude is in denial, Mel B. Easy? No Limit Gaming says it's sad, but that's why do you think every time somebody come in here and they say something that's absolutely insane, I tell y'all who it is? So they can't say something reasonable later and then start getting you to agree with stupid shit. You understand? So as soon as I see an absolutely unreasonable comment, I just want to put y'all on. Nah, he trying to say he ain't say it. Hold on, I'm going to pin his comment. I want to pin his comment when he says, I want to pin that comment I'm talking about. Hold on, did he erase it? I want to pin it. We're going to pin this guy's comment for a minute. We're going to pin the genius comment of the day. I don't think he knew it was that bad. Stuff like fighting and passing out happens all the time. At all these festivals all the time. They don't shock the show, not a sacrifice. What does fighting at shows have to do with people walking up to people saying individuals are dying? Let's keep this guy's comment pinned for a while so everybody can see exactly what type of time he on. What in the hell does fighting or all of these festivals have to do with people dying? Could anybody explain this to me? Eyewitness accounts say it was like the gates of hell. I just want y'all, shout out to St. Louis finest. I just want y'all to read this guy's comment. I didn't misquote the dude. I'm going to kick you for lying. Boom. Anybody else want to lie on me and say I misquoted him? How could I misquote a person when I read the fucking the sentence back? Anybody else want to lie on me and say I misquoted him? I'll kick you right now. You already know I don't care. Anybody else want to lie? I don't think he knew it was that bad. Stuff like fighting and passing out happens all the time. They don't stop the show. Not a sacrifice. That's not an argument. That's a whole whataboutism. What the fuck does that got to do with them coming up to him saying people was dying? Part of my language. That's a whole whataboutism. Hold on, what's a whataboutism real quick? For everybody that's new in here so y'all can understand what I'm talking about. This is a whataboutism. I just want y'all to know what I'm talking about. That's a whole whataboutism. His whole entire comment was a whataboutism, and they had a whole nother person that come up in here trying to defend him. This is a whataboutism. A whataboutism. Yeah, I'm doing my podcast. That's a fact. I appreciate you, but this is how I make a living. I mean, I'll quit doing my podcast forever. You plan on giving me $200 a day? I'll quit my podcast. I'm more than happy to quit my podcast. You're going to give me $200 a day, I'm done. This is it. This is the last show. Oh, you don't want to actually add to my comfort or to help me make a living, but you do want me to stop doing the things that help me make a living. I got you. I appreciate you, though. Nah, I appreciate you, though. I'm way over myself. I'm way over myself. I heard you complaining to the dude that you couldn't hear yourself, but I'm just saying. It is an absolute beautiful Sunday morning, and I'm doing my show trying to make a living, and you want me to not make a living, so I gave you an alternative. No, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a public place where people could talk as much as they want. It's a private place? I thought this was a public place. Oh. it was public. They did not know that this was not a public place. Yes, she's white. But I didn't think I had to tell you that. It's always the people that don't understand the struggle that want you to suffer. Yeah, she's white. 100%. Did you think anything different? Symbology Scanner says XXX was on point when he stated all the music is made of demon frequency. First of all, as always, one of the main things I try to tell y'all, and when I tell you about the music I listen to personally, stop listening. Pay it. The music, the things in which we put into our body. You are what you eat. All right, hold on. You are what you eat. We're not using the F word. All right, we don't do that. You already know that. We're not telling nobody that. We're not doing that. Not that energy. You are what you eat. So you are what you hear. You are what you see. You're not only what you put into your body as sustenance. Everything is sustenance. The things you hear, the things you see, the things you smell. You are all of these things. So that's why I say I don't listen to that type of music, because I understand what that type of music does to us. I understand they just recently had a kid kill a hotel worker because the hotel worker went to the hotel and told them that the music that they were playing was too loud in the hotel. I was waiting to kick you. And if you make $200 a day, but your expenses is like $300 a day, then you're kind of broke. But you wouldn't understand that, would you? No, you wouldn't understand that. You're probably a child. Symbology Scanner said you on point. Sound and vision alters your state of being. Exactly. So that's why I don't listen to certain music. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, stop listening to certain music. I had a girlfriend that said that she didn't watch horror flicks. And at first I was upset about that because I love horror movies. And then I started thinking about it like after the fact, and I started seeing the way that she carried herself and the way that she was. And I was like, you know what? A lot of times that I have anxiety, she doesn't. And that was a person that helped do good for me, like and help as a person. You understand what I'm saying? It was really beneficial. So he just went in there to complain that I'm talking, right? I think the lady gave him the okay. So we're gonna see what happened. Hold on, we're gonna wait. We're gonna see what happened. We're gonna wait. We're gonna see what happened. He's an African. The African dude went in there to complain right now because the white lady sent him. What you want, boss? What you want, boss? Are you sick, boss? I'm sick if you sick, boss. So let's see what they're gonna do. You already know what they're gonna do. Shout out to St. Louis with the $5 drop. This is why we don't do the saloon, because in order for me to do the saloon that y'all love so much, I'd have to get loud in order to be able to have that energy. So this is why we don't do the saloon. I'm not in a place where I'm currently do the saloon at, so I'm doing everything that I can. Also, y'all could also do $5 to $10 drops to the Cash App and pull up for the nigga this morning. Symbology. So I actually slowed down on watching horror movies because of this person, because they don't watch them. And because I slowed down on watching horror movies because of this person, I started realizing that my whole attitude started changing. Like a lot of my anxiety went away. Nah, they're not gonna kick me. A lot of my anxiety went away. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of the things that I was anxious about, it went away. You understand what I'm saying? So even now, I still love horror movies, but I try to, instead of doing like what I would do before, like I might watch 3-4 horror movies in a fucking week. Instead of doing that, now I might watch 1 or 2 a month. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, we got to watch everything that we put into our bodies. That's a fact. And that's why I keep trying to tell people the way that we raise our children is of the utmost importance. See, what they don't know is that the people that actually run the establishment, they told me how loud I can and can't be. But they don't know that. So they don't know by them complaining that I'm being super loud, and they already told me how loud I can and can't be. So it's the African hating on the black dude and the white lady. Shout out to them. Anyway, A. Brooks says, them people worship demons of old. I told y'all, I talk about God almost every single day. We talk about God and the Most High. And we're always trying to put out positive energy. And you see what I go through every day? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm always trying to put out positive energy. We always talk about God every day. We always talk about helping other people. We always talk about positive shit every day. The devil got to try to stop me one way or the other. What the fuck? I've been doing shows on the internet for 5 years now. You could go back to any of my shows. We push God all day, every day. The devil got to try to stop me some way. A. Brooks says, them people worshiping demons of old. Literally, the show that we're having right now is about, y'all talking about demon worship the whole show, aren't y'all? About that's basically what was going on. They was doing some kind of sacrifice with demon worship. Y'all talking about that the whole show, aren't y'all? Look what shows up. A. Brooks says, them people worshiping demons of old. SM people in these times don't believe in nothing but entertainers, to where Beyonce was made into a deity and Jay-Z is called Hova. Actually, I like Jehovah's name. I like that Jay-Z got the Jehovah name. When he first started with the Hova, I didn't like it. Don't get it confused. But I started thinking about it. And now I'm okay with it. I mean, we could rock him the God MC, right? So why can't Jay-Z be Jehovah? Semantics. What up, Danks? He says vibrations. Absolutely vibrations. Why do you think I'm always being attacked all the time? Because I'm always trying to put out a certain vibration. And the vibration I'm always trying to put out, other type of people are going to be agitated. Come on, man. I've been doing YouTube for how long? How long I've been doing YouTube? We got almost 4,000 videos on this channel, homie. I got numerous. The type of person I am is of no, it's not hard to find out. It's not hard to find out what type of person I am. So if somebody is against me, think about what type of person they are. I don't listen to drill music almost at all. We got to get out of this 3D frequency. Why Jay-Z name? I'm okay with Jay-Z being Jehovah. We go rock him to God MC, man. Movies hold energy just like music. That's a fact. A. Brooks says, I don't know what God they worship. So nah, Yahweh, Yeshua, the Father and Son. Look, what you got to understand is this. People think like this. If you don't do what you want them to do, then there's something wrong with you. I'm going to say this again. People think like this. If you don't do what you want them to do, if you don't do what they want you to do, there's something wrong with you. People don't love other people. People believe that other people need to be controlled and that they need to be in control of you. And when they can't control you, they're going to do everything in the world to try to make it seem like you're doing something wrong. They don't know your fight. They don't know your struggle. They don't know what obstacles you have in your life. They don't know the people that rely on you. They don't know what kind of hoops you got to jump through. They don't know what kind of demons you got chased. They don't know none of this. All they know is that you're doing a thing and it's their job to force you to do what they want you to do. They don't care how it's going to hurt you, destroy your life, or hurt other people in an ancillary way. They don't care. That's people. I'm not people. Emmanuel says, okay, we're not doing that. I'm not getting stuck on that. What up, James S? So you see his smoking feet? Jehovah. Tada said the sicko mode ritual is the truth. I'm not saying any of these things aren't rituals. I'm saying that I'm not in the position to be able to have a conversation about something like that and be able to give you the requisite information. I don't know about this type of stuff, and that's not my area of expertise. The people who know about these type of stuff and it's their area of expertise, there's channels out there. Y'all should go, when y'all want that type of content, go peruse those channels. I wish I was in better standing. Well, I'm not in bad standings with no actual content creators, but I wish I was in a position where I could actually talk to other content creators and not have a fear that my community is going to get tagged. But that's why I don't deal with other content creators, because I'm not going to be that page where we just make videos about how much we hate each other all day. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't want to put that energy out. I just don't want to put that energy out. Other people on YouTube, they like making videos about how they don't like each other. I don't want to do that. And I've been saying that for how many years now? How many years have I always been saying we got to attempt to meet hate with love? We got to attempt. And we're not going to always be successful. It is what it is. Because some people don't care. They're, like I said, they just want you to do what they want you to do. They don't care if it kills you. They don't care. Shout out to Crystal C with the $5 drop. She says, cancel Travis Scott. I'm not saying cancel Travis Scott. She is. Who else thinks cancel Travis Scott? Drop $5. Who else believes that we should cancel Travis Scott? Who else is on Crystal C's side on this? What up, Sarah Connor? Raising the future liberator of the world. Yeah, but he just calls himself Jehovah. I think y'all reading way further into that needs to be read into. We call Rakim the God MC. Nobody thinks Rakim's a real God. Nobody thinks Jehovah's a real God. And a lot of people don't even call God Jehovah. A lot of people don't even call God Jehovah. Y'all just way overreaching. Let a Jehovah Witness knock on most of y'all guys' doors. Y'all don't even want to answer. So let's stop, all right? Let's just be fair, okay? That's all I'm ever asking. Let's just be fair and sensible. Let a Jehovah Witness knock on most of y'all door. Y'all gonna act like y'all not home, okay? Okay, let's just be honest. I don't care that he calls himself Jehovah. I don't care that people call Rakim the God MC. I don't care that Method Man calls himself Method Man. I don't think Method Man is out there selling meth to people. I don't care that Ghostface Killer calls himself Ghostface Killer. I don't think he's the dude from Scream. Do you understand my point? Do you understand my point? Okay, that's my point. I don't think Ghostface Killer is the guy from. I don't think Ghostface Killer is the guy from Scream. Man. That's my point. When you're on stage, you can't see the crowd the way that you think you can see the crowd. There's too much shit in your eyes. You can't see the crowd like y'all think. All right. But also, like I said, they have marsh pits and all type of other shit. So there's no real way that he could have known definitively that people were getting trampled. But what he did know, or what he should have known, was that there were people yelling that there were people that were dying. Okay? The whole situation happening. I'm not gonna blame him for not seeing what's happening in the crowd. I'm not gonna blame him for that. But if we do have people that's saying stop the show, maybe see this is the only way that I'm saying don't cancel Travis Scott. I first of all don't cancel it. I don't like this cancel culture in the first place. But this is the only way that we can't be upset at him. What did the person in the ear tell him? Did the person in the ear tell him that we have it under control, keep the show going on? Or did the person in the ear tell him exactly what was happening? Because if the person that was talking to him in his ear, and this is why I was trying to say, you gotta hold his team responsible. If the person that was talking to him in the ear wasn't telling him exactly how drastic, how bad the situation was, how could we expect for him to respond accordingly? Is that fair? That's her still yelling. I just turned the music off because that's Travis Scott. That's two people right there yelling at the camera guy. The camera guy can't do anything, just so we're clear. The camera guy can't stop the show. So they're yelling at the wrong person. This is they probably don't know who to yell at, just to be honest with you. But they're yelling at the wrong person. But that guy right there is supposed to convey, there's kids yelling at me that somebody died. He's probably saying, get out of here, because he just doesn't want to hear it and he wants to do his job. But he should be probably saying, there's kids over here yelling and somebody died. We don't know. Good morning. We don't know the response. We don't know. We don't know what they said in his ear. We don't know if this guy alerted anybody. We don't know. We still have to wait for that information to come out. Let's not make too many inferences. Yeah, I'm kind of loud. Let's not make too many inferences. That other lady made me seem like I was a bad guy by arguing with me. I never see none of the artists you just named wearing a do what thou with hoodie. I don't know what you're talking about, A. Brooks. I need you to explain. Somebody else is talking about something? I need you to explain, A. Brooks. I don't understand what you're saying. We got 109 people in here, man. Hit that like button. Let's send out some more notifications. Let's get up to 150. We got 109 people in here. Hit that like button. Let's send out some notifications. We got 110 likes with 107 people. So finally, we got more likes than people in the room. Because we keep hitting that like button. No, E. Simmons. My point is this. Listen, E. Simmons. You might not know this. I'm about to put you on the game. I'm not trying to disrespect you, and I'm not coming for you. I'm going to put you on the game. You might not know this. Not everyone calls God Jehovah. That was my point. Not everyone calls God Jehovah. Since everybody does not call God Jehovah, him calling himself Jehovah or Hova or whatever he's calling himself doesn't mean anything to me, because not everybody calls God Jehovah. Now, you got people calling themselves Ghostface Killer. Do you really think Ghostface Killer is a Ghostface Killer? Like, this is really how we're going to do this? Every single name a rapper have, we're going to take it literally? Do we even think that Ghostface Killer believes himself to be an actual Ghostface Killer? Do we think Slick Rick is actually slick? Like, if you touch him, he's so slick, your arm, your hand is just going to be... Like, do we believe these things? You understand what I'm saying? Like, so when are we going to take these names literal and when are we not? So when are we going to take the names literal and when we're not? And then while you're doing this, remember, you have to hate all 5%ers because they say that the man is God. So I'm going to move on from this. And please, could y'all stop bringing up points that I think that I've explained my position on this enough. If you still want to believe that he's saying he's God, then fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I don't also have to believe that. A. Brooks says the camera guy could do something. Our hold door positions, my God. No, the camera guy could have alerted somebody. Other than that, he can't do anything. I'm pretty sure he's trying to keep his job. I'm pretty sure the cameraman is trying to keep his job. Other than alerting other people, what the hell is he going to do? His job is to make sure that there is an image that he's pointing at and he's capturing all of the images that the producer is telling him to shoot. That's his job. There's a guy in his ear telling him where to face the camera. That's his job. All he could do is alert his authorities. There's a chain of command. A. Brooks says the camera guy can do. Wait, Big Yoke says Jay pulled himself up from Brooklyn to a billionaire, so in that respect, he could call himself God. That's a fact, also, in reference to him saving himself from poverty. Nah, I don't see there's nothing wrong. I don't know why people are so mad about that. I have no idea. The Jamaican call him Jah. Some people call him Yahweh. There's people that literally call God Jesus. So what are we doing here? Y'all really gonna like semantics? Like, could we stop with stopping the real conversation to have these conversations? That's what I'm saying. I'm really not saying anything else. And that's another thing. When other people are not being loud, I get to lower my voice. See, what happens is they hear me talking and then they try to disturb me. So they make mad noise to try to disturb me. So now I got to get louder. Then they complain, I get loud. Yep, and this guy believes that Jehovah's God's original name. I don't. I don't believe that Jehovah's God's original name. That's my belief. I'm okay with you believing that, by the way. I don't even care that you believe that. I'm not even gonna say I'm okay with it. I don't care. I'm not okay with it, and I'm not okay with it. I don't even care. I think you should believe whatever you believe. That's your life, right? Look, this guy talking about mind control in the Get Out movie. No, man, you don't have to put people under mind control that's been in poverty and they're willing to do anything to get out of poverty. Why would you have to put somebody like that in mind control? Do you know how hard it is to get out of poverty? You know how hard it is? You know how many people are in poverty because of generational curses? So you not only have to work hard, but you also have to break generational curses and remove yourself from your family. That's the only way most of us is going to get out of any situation that involves money. You literally have to remove yourself away from your family, because 9 times out of 10, the reason why everybody's in poverty is generational curses. You have to work harder than anybody else because you probably don't have no resources to begin with. You have to be talented. Aquarian Cream said it's not, and he made names. I'll stick to the topic, guys, and stop distracting. Thank you, Aquarian Queen. I like Aquarian Queen. Why did they do this to this cat? I'm about to show y'all something. Why did they do this to this cat? I don't know if this is good or bad. You know cats chase lights? You know how cats chase fucking red dots on the floor? Look what they did. They put a disco ball. That cat is going crazy. He don't know what to go after. Look at this. Oh, she's a cutie. They put a disco ball on the floor. That cat don't know what freaking dot to chase. That cat can have a heart attack, man. Why they did that to that cat? Okay, I'm not talking about this whole satanic thing. We're gonna get to the actual conversation. Also, I think we had something else on the docket, right? Hold on. I think we had something else on the docket. Let's check real quick. Nope. That's the only thing we had up here. All right. What you laughing at, Yuri? What you laughing at, Mr. Browns? No, you got a person fighting to get out of poverty, homie. Like, you don't understand. A lot of y'all, okay, I'm gonna explain something to y'all. Y'all know a lot of us is in poverty and you don't even know you in poverty. If you make less than $200,000 a year, you are in poverty, homie. I just busted a lot of people bubbles, didn't I? If you live in America and you make less than 200K a year, you're in poverty. That's the poverty line. Go look it up on Google if you don't believe me. Go look it up on Google. You don't gotta believe me. You're in the lower class, homie. See, the difference between me and a lot of people is I'm literally telling y'all stuff that I've looked and I know. I'm not just up here talking. So if you're not making over 200K a year and you talking shit about somebody else's pockets, my nigga, Russell, I don't know if Russell Lawrence comments are true or not. I don't know if Russell Lawrence comments is true. He made a comment earlier that's currently pinned because it was so stupid. I don't know if Russell Lawrence's comments is true or not. I'm not going off of nothing he says. You can if you want though. I don't know about what he's talking about. I just want to make that clear. He might be right, but he said something that was so insane earlier that I'm never gonna agree. I'm never gonna believe anything he says is right. But he might be right. I don't know. Somebody look it up. He might be right though. But when you say some weirdo shit to me, I just believe. That's the type of time I'm on with you. I'm gonna unpin his comment because it was just absolutely insanity. I don't know about, but he said in Cali. That might be true because California is one of the most liberal, is like the most liberal state. So that might be true. What the fuck do I know? And in California, I guess that would make sense because you got a lot of actors out there that work part time. So I guess that makes sense in California. What the fuck do I know? Shout out to Symbology Skin and becoming a bag swinger. Everybody should be a bag swinger. Becoming a bag swinger is just one $10 drop a month. Every single person should be a bag swinger. We need 300 bag swingers before the start of next year. What up, El Sancho? We need 300 bag swingers before the start of next year. Answer the call. Wow, shout out to E. Simmons. She says, let's get 50 to 200 drops in the Cash App, please. You know what, E. Simmons? If you would have put the Cash App tag on that, I would have pinned that. All my videos are suitable for YouTube damn near. I'm not even concerned. Um, all right, let's get to it. There was something I wanted to tell you at 100. At 100 likes, there was something I wanted to tell y'all. I do, and just so we could be clear, I know that I'm talking, and I know other people need to do stuff, and I know that the show usually runs. That's why I try to start the show as early as possible. That's another reason why I try to start the show like 7 before everybody else wake up. I wake up at 6 o'clock every morning, like for the last 5 years. So that's when I wake up, 6 o'clock in the morning, like the last 5, 6 years. So that's when my alarm go off. You can ask Kendra. I was with her then. That alarm went off every morning. So the point in which I'm trying to make is I try to do the show early as possible, but we do got a lot of family over there on the West Coast that watch the show. So that's why I let the show bleed over later in the afternoon. But I know there's people that they want to get stuff done. That's why I prefer to speak lower whenever possible. That's why I don't like when people just be making random noise. like to try to aggravate me. Like if you got to make the noise because you're doing the thing. Don't make the noise because you're trying to drown me out. Because now I have no choice but to get louder. I'm at work. I'm not here trying to disturb nobody or cause anybody any hardship. I'm literally just trying to make a living. G Dank says, just saying Kanye was up when he chose to go with one of them. I don't know. Could we just stop asking like being involved with a Kardashian isn't a good thing for your career? Being involved with a Kardashian is a great thing for your career, homie. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to BB and West. Salute the smoking section. I don't know what to tell you. Being involved with the Kardashians is good for your career. I'm not here to talk about witchcraft and all that other shit. You know what witchcraft could just be? Sleeping with the right person. How about that? How about that? I'm not here for all that talk. But being involved with a Kardashian is good for your career. Every single person I see get involved with the Kardashians that have any type of talent at all, good things happen for them. I'm not on that type of time. You don't never know. Sometimes you just bargaining
Tell
people.
you, one of the narratives was that some individual was injecting other people with drugs. We do have a report of a security officer, according to the medical staff that was out and treated him last night, that he was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his neck. When he was examined, he went unconscious. They administered Narcan. He was revived, and the medical staff did notice a prick that was similar to a prick that you would get if somebody's trying to inject. That is one part of it. The other thing that's very important, there were some individuals that were trampled, and we want to be respectful of that. But we just ask that y'all give us time to do a proper investigation.
Okay, first, one of the main things that I always tell y'all is that we have to wait for them to do an investigation. Could we please stop with that? Shout out to I don't know if you want me to call your name out. If you want me to call your name out, you can say who sent it. Um, we have a problem with waiting for there to be. I want to try to save this. So why can't I say? I don't know how to use. I do not know how to use fucking.
We'll tell you, one of the
Save. Copy link.
narratives.
All right, so one of the things that I was trying to tell you, we have to always wait for these police to do their investigation. You have to wait for them to do their investigation, man. There's way too many moving parts for anybody to know what happened exactly after it happens.
We'll tell you, one of the narratives.
So obviously we have to wait for the police to finish doing their investigation.
Learn about crypto and get
I hate
paid.
using this app to get stuff. But I'm not gonna buy the app, so I just whatever. Oh, that's a news report that you've seen. I'm 100%. Look, check this out. You know what that just sounded like? What he said? He said that the security guard was trying to restrain somebody, and while the security guard was trying to restrain somebody, he got stuck in the neck with something. There could be a chance that the security guard seen one of the people that's involved in the situation. There's a good chance that the security guard was trying to restrain an individual that was involved with some of the shenanigans that was going on, and his man poked him with a damn needle to get him up off of him. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what happened, but I don't know what y'all guys think. Could it just been the security guard was hassling with the person and the person that was sticking people with needles, or maybe that was the only person that got stuck with a needle. Also, remember that the only reason why I'm telling you that they have a belief that people were getting stuck with needles is because the security guard got stuck with a needle. Yeah, and that's the only reason why I believe that there's people getting stuck with needles. Now they have to do a bigger investigation, more of an investigation, obviously, to find out exactly who and how many people were stuck with needles. This is the fact. They need to do a way bigger investigation. More things need to be found out. But if you're telling me that there was a security guard that was in a struggle with somebody, trying to withhold somebody or trying to get control over an individual, and somebody pricked him in the neck, and then all of a sudden they found out that he was having some kind of overdose and they had to get the Narcan to revive him. I'm just saying. It sounds like that security guard was on the way of being a hero. And he's still a hero. And he's 100% still a hero. Because this might be the thing they need to break the case. Hopefully he could remember how the person looked that he was trying to restrain. Probably not, because they hit him with them drugs. But hopefully he could remember the person that he was trying to restrain. If he could remember the person he was trying to restrain, that might be I don't know what to tell you. Maybe they could get, like I said before, maybe they could have on camera where he was at, what he was doing. I didn't mean to write if right here, but this says if a person is supposed to say a person cannot love you and want to control you at the same time. Just something to think about. Nobody could love you and try to control you at the same time. In order to love you, they have to give up control over you. In order to try to control you, and while they're trying to control you, there's an absence of love. A person cannot try to control you and be in love with you at the same time. They have to give one of those things up in order to do the other. Keep that in mind when you're raising your children. Are you raising your children for you to be able to control your children? Fear? Or are you raising your children with understanding? Love? Whenever you're raising your children with understanding, you're raising them with love. Whenever you're raising your children to try to control them and make them do the things that you want them to do, you're not raising your children. You're raising your children with the absence of love. What's up, Teddy Mason? He said, who's Teddy Mason? BBN. These are the conversations people want to stop us from having, by the way. So I'm going to throw that out there. Shout out to Wallow 267. Wallow 267 posted, we must start identifying the greatness in people the same way we immediately identify the flaws in people. We hate ourselves so much that the energy spills over to others. That's no better reason than why I just prefer to be alone if I can't be around people that care about themselves. If I can't be around people that love themselves, I just prefer to be by myself. Because we're not going to be having one of those conversations where we're just talking and then out of clear air, you just start talking negative to me for no reason whatsoever. We're not doing that. We're having a good conversation and all of a sudden, for no reason whatsoever, you just go sideways. We're not doing that. This whole conversation, we're not doing that. E. Simmons says, I hope it wasn't an HIV needle. Well, these people, first of all, I don't understand how that's not a fear. I don't understand how that's not a fear. Going somewhere and getting pricked with HIV and AIDS needles. They was doing that to people. People forget about the 80s. The 80s and 90s, there was evil ass mofos that was doing that to people. Just for all of y'all that don't know. There were evil people doing that to people. This is a fact. This is not hyperbole. Just think about that for a minute. They had people running through the thing, sicking people allegedly. Anyway, Travis Scott should have stopped the show. They say that's what happened to some people say that's what happened to Easy E, by the way. Easy E went for acupuncture. Then after he came out of acupuncture, Easy E didn't just have AIDS. Easy E had every disease. Easy E died of AIDS in less than a week. That's damn near unheard of. People do not die like that from AIDS. If you know what AIDS is an autoimmune deficiency syndrome. That's what the disease is. What basically it does is it makes it, AIDS don't kill you. You die from complications of AIDS. You catch a whole nother thing and your body just does not have an ability to fight it off. And so you die. So you should not get AIDS and then die in a week. That don't make sense. I don't know what they did. That's just the rumor behind Easy E. We do not know 100% what happened with Easy E. I'm not pretending to. But there is a belief that Easy E did not get AIDS through sex because none of his girlfriends had AIDS. He had a lot of girlfriends and none of his girlfriends were sick. None of his girlfriends had any. They not only didn't have AIDS, they had 0 diseases. I don't know about Bob Marley and his situation. I don't know about that. I'll leave your comment up there, though. I don't know nothing about that. I can't speak on it. I can't speak on it. So I don't know that particular situation. If you want to inform me on the situation, anybody knows about this particular situation that he's talking about in the chat that I know 0 about, I'd be more than happy to hear. I'd be more than happy if y'all inform me. I like to learn. I think that's the misconception people have with me sometimes because I generally know a lot. People think that I don't like to learn. The reason why I know a lot is because I like to learn. I would assume I don't understand how people don't understand that those things go together. The reason why I know a lot is because I like to learn. I like to be informed. Like those things should go together. That's why I know a lot. I don't know a lot by accident. I mean, sometimes I learn by accident, but is it really an accident? All right, so I got a comment right here from somebody who said that there was a trained medic. I don't know if this is the one that I already read or not. I'm going to read this. This person says that there was a trained medic. They says, I'm a trained medic. I'm doing CPR on a girl as Drake came was coming on with Travis. 2 medical staffs came over to help. They were like a deer in headlights. They had no fucking clue what they was doing. One of them straight up left. The other medic was screaming. If anyone else knew CPR, the 2 that came over had no ambu bags, no gloves, no AED, nothing. Damn. I had the girl's friend do mouth to mouth while the dumbass medic was just standing there. I'm yelling for an AED, even a damn CPR packet mask. They eventually get a backboard and start to pick her on the backboard feet on the narrow end. I call the guy an idiot and flip it over. I call the guy an idiot. I'm not trying to laugh at this. I'm going to tell you why this is so fucked up in a minute. I tell a guy idiot and flip it over. Finally, we get her on the backboard. Cops come over and rip me off her. They picked the backboard up only to drop her on her face. Damn, I was so incredibly mad. I watched a girl die in front of me all because these medics were ill prepared. I discourage anyone here to open lawsuits against. Let me explain something to y'all. You want to know what she just explained? You want to know what she just explained? Listen. Remember last night? Yesterday. We didn't have a show last night. Remember yesterday morning during morning coffee, I said, Joe, it sounds to me like these people, and this is just a preliminary thing from what I heard initially, it sounds like they weren't prepared. They weren't prepared. Okay, so you hire emergency personnel. You want to know why you hire emergency personnel? Because they know what to do if an emergency happens. I just said that because I know that there's going to be a whole bunch of people in the chat that's going to do. Well, I don't know, a whole bunch of people. I expected at least one low frequency conversation. But so I just wanted to say that so I don't set nobody up for a low frequency answer. But you want to know why you hire emergency personnel? Because just in case an emergency happened, you need people around that know what to do. This person said, I'm a trained medic. So now I don't know if this is true, real or the facts. We're just going to take this as what it is. The fact that that person said that they're a trained medic, that leads me to believe that they weren't on duty that day and they were there to watch the show. Because there's no reason for them to tell you that they was a trained medic and tell you what their credentials were if they were on duty. They could have just been saying, I was working the show last night. I'm an EMS worker. I was the other, you understand? You understand? They just said trained medic. We don't even know in what capacity in the medical field that they work in. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. She said she was doing CPR on a girl. So you're doing CPR on somebody with 2 medical staff around. You're not medical staff. Why is the medical staff not doing the CPR? 3. She said that the girl's friend had to do mouth to mouth. So you trying to tell me, for everybody that don't know, this is COVID America. We don't do mouth to mouth no more. They have this thing though. Listen, they have this thing that you put over the person's mouth and then you do it like that. They also have the thing that you put over the person's mouth and you just press the thing to pump. Right? They got that. It's the pump, right? You put it over the person's mouth and you pump, right? So you trying to tell me that they didn't have any of these things available? The emergency people. The people that when an emergency break out, that we're supposed to look to for guidance, leadership. Is that what you're telling me? The people that we're supposed to look to for guidance and leadership? The people that we're supposed to look to for guidance and leadership. When shit went crazy and when there was an emergency, they had to go get help from a person who showed up to watch the event. They had to get help from a concert goer. Now, before we get to the fact that this lady is saying that this girl died, they didn't even know how to use the board that you put the person on. You know why I would be suing the crap out of these people? These individuals who were allegedly medical staff, I don't even think they knew the first thing about medical. I think they were just some randoms that people just picked up and put a shirt on so it could look like you was doing what you needed to do in order to get the credentials to be able to do the event. I think that's what happened. I think they had literally had people there that did not do, that knew nothing about reviving. That's what I think was going on. That's just my opinion, and I could be wrong. But this lady said they didn't even know how to put the people on the board. This lady says that there was no AED, there was no gloves, there was no ambu bags, there was nothing. They had no plan if anything happened wrong. This is not acceptable. You know how many millions of dollars they made that night? You know how many millions of dollars passed hands and was made that night? 50,000 people in there. How much you think these tickets were? Could somebody look up and find out how much the Astroworld tickets were? $300. The Astroworld tickets were $300 plus a $65 fee. So forget the $65 fee, right? Forget the $65 fee. right? So that's 5,000, right? So they made 1.5 million. Hold on. Just off of ticket sales, they made 1.5 million? Hold on, that's not right. I just did that like in my head like this, so I'm probably wrong. Let me check. I'm probably wrong. Let me check. They couldn't have made 1.5 million only off of ticket sales. Is 1.5 million off of ticket sales alone? That was just off the top of my head. And also for every ticket sale, there was a $65 charge. Now, besides that 1.5 million they made, you do know that they were selling merch there, right? And you know, merch is expensive and they probably sold out. So they probably made how many millions of dollars and they couldn't have proper medical facilities? $300 a ticket and they couldn't have the appropriate people there just in case something happened to make sure that the people were taken care of medically? You paying $300 a ticket and they don't even have medical staff that know what to do if something go wrong. They don't even have medical staff that know how to do CPR. You paying $300 a ticket, homie. You paying $300 a ticket. 8 people die. Hundreds of other people get trampled. They don't even stop the show for 10 minutes. You paying $300 a ticket. I hope I'm not the only one that sees something wrong with this. I hope I'm not the only one that sees something wrong with this. Honestly. You said 15 million? That sounds right. Yeah. No. No, you're right. It's 15 million. It was an extra zero. Boom. So they made 15 million off of ticket sales alone. So they made 15 million off of ticket sales alone. That's worse. They made 15 million off of ticket sales alone and they couldn't have appropriate medical facilities. Remember, the reason why I'm talking about the ticket sales is because the ticket sales happened in May. The ticket sales happened in May. You know, if there's merch, they're buying all that merch when they get there. The ticket sales happened in May. So that $15 million they already had. So that's 15 million, right? And then there's a $65 fee, right? Hold on. There's a $65 fee that was $3,250,000. That's just the $65,000 fee. So they made 18 million. So they made this much money. They made over $18 million and they couldn't have the appropriate medical facility. I don't think that this is a reason why people should feel away. I would be suing the hell out of these guys. They about to probably lose 50, 60, 70, 80, probably $100 million right now. They probably about to lose $100 million because they didn't want to spend $1 million on having $50,000. It was only one night. They could have spent $50,000 and had enough medical facility, medical stuff there for everybody. Now, we're not talking about how many people are in the facility. We're just talking about the monies that they had in order to make sure that they had the appropriate people there to make sure everybody was safe. So people that snuck in don't got nothing to do with what we're talking about. But appreciate you for bringing that up, even though that is a whataboutism. The one and only says, I listened to the officials. It sounded like they had the bodies, but they were not prepared. They were not properly trained. They had 250 security staff. They were not properly trained. I did security for a living. I used to do security in Ward's Island. I used to do security in the men's shelter in Bellevue, and I used to do security at the family shelter, and I used to do security in a women's shelter. The family shelter, I forgot the address, but the women's shelter is on Franklin Ave. I used to do security in all of these places, right? You want to know what the most important thing, real quick, before we go any further? The most important thing you have as a security guard is your mouth and your eyes. Because the security guard's job is only really to see and report. A security guard isn't really supposed to do anything else. They're really only supposed to see and report. We have leeway if somebody tries to attack us, physically accost us, do certain things. We have leeway to be able to act. But a security guard is never supposed to touch you without provocation. A lot of y'all don't know that. If you go into any establishment at all in New York City, I know the rules for New York City, and the security guard comes up to you and tries to physically remove you or put you anywhere, that's a lawsuit, 100%. They can't do that unless you're doing something and they're preventing you from doing a thing. Just want to throw that out there. So you have 250, think about it like this, 250 security guard staff, right? I don't know how many people they had that was supposed to be EMS, right? But there's 50,000 people there. How are you having 250 people police 50,000 people, homie? So to me, that's an issue. To me, that's an issue. So they got 50,000 people there, right? Hold on. Let's just do the math real quick. They got 50,000, right? Let's divide 50,000, right? 250. No. No. So basically, you have one security guard for every 200 people? Is that right? So you have one security officer for every 200 people, right? I'm going to tell you why I believe this to be wrong. Because I don't think any security guard should have been out there without a partner. So, okay, y'all going to say 250? Let's make 500. That'll be reasonable. That'll make it so every security guard has a partner out there and they're able to cover more ground. That's just my opinion. But I think the bigger problem is you have people out there that didn't know how to do CPR, homie. You could do a CPR training course in like 2 hours. A regular CPR training course is 3 hours, homie. And you don't even got to stay there the whole 3 hours. I'm telling you because I had to take CPR training courses before. The CPR training course, they schedule for you for 3 hours, but you're really only there for a couple of minutes. They show you how to do the thing. Everybody does the thing a couple of times. They make sure that you have the understanding of doing the thing. Then you have to do it by yourself. They had people there that couldn't do CPR training. They could have got the training the day before, homie. The tickets went on sale in March. You're trying to tell me they couldn't find medical workers that could do the CPR between March and now? They couldn't train people to do CPR between March and now. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. Anyway, give me a break. Give me a minute. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. I'm going to let y'all see Foot in the Air's Entertainment's. Shout out to Foot in the Air's Entertainment. Also, since we're shooting like this, as always, we sell ad space. So for anybody that want to buy ad space at the BBN, hit me up in my DMs today. We're selling ad space as usual. I have a lot of ad space that opened up. So if anybody is trying to buy ad space, we have a lot of ad space that's opening up. Be right back.
my grind. It be on my mind. That's why I keep that pine. When I'm on that grind, I be on my grind. It be on my mind. That's why I keep that pine. When I'm on that grind.
When I get it and go, call that a fast break. Young cash cow and all I eat is steak. The pill game been booming, you fuck boys late. Your whole team ribs touching, you the only one ain't. You hang around some real niggas, you the only one ain't. If I fuck with you, my word good as the bank.
Damn, if I knew 2 days ago what I knew right now, I wouldn't even be in this shit.
All right, we back. We're about to end the show though. How long we been on? We've been going for a while now. Damn, we on 3 hours. We're about to get up out of here. We're about to get up out of here. Got a question. I'm thinking about doing a saloon show. I would have to do it outside because obviously we don't got enough room in here. If we do a saloon show later, who pulling up? If we doing a saloon show later, obviously I can't do it in here. It's just not enough room. And obviously when we do the saloon, we like being extremely loud and boisterous. If we do a saloon show later, who pulling up? Just let me know. And then we'll decide if we're going to do one later. With that being, obviously we can't do it here because when I'm doing a saloon show, it's just way too loud. I'm animated. I'm doing like 15, 20 different characters depending on how many people pull up. It's way too much energy. It also, not for nothing, when we do the saloon, I exert a lot of energy. It makes me really tired. Like, it absolutely just... When we do it at night, I have the best sleep. I don't know. explain this to you. Anyway, about to get up out of here. I'm going to let y'all go. I want to just give appreciation to everybody that came through, hit the like button. More than anything, I want to give appreciation to everybody that came through with the super chat and with the Cash App drops. We haven't been calling the super chat and the Cash App drops at the end of the show, but that's mostly because we do them outside now, and I think that's kind of tacky. You understand what I'm saying? Like, on the days we get low drops, like today I'm fine with, but on the days that we get like really, really big drops, I don't feel like staying out in public somewhere talking about, yeah, this person did a $50 drop, that person did a $100 drop. That's just not the energy I want to give off to the public. I don't know what anybody else's energy is. I don't know what anybody else's life is. I don't want to in any way, do any harm that I could not have done. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how I move. So with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here. I love y'all. Please, everybody, let's go do something productive today. Bring something home. What's today? It's Sunday. Spend some time with the family today. I know y'all got a lot of us got kids. I don't particularly live with my kids, but go spend some time with the kids today. Go do something fun and educational. Remember, this is the fall, right? Let's go do something fun and educational. Let's do that. Let's spend time with the kids. Show them that we love them, not just show them that we can tell them to go do things. Philly, the saloon is, for everybody that don't know who the saloon is, the saloon is our BBN club. You have to pay to get into a BBN club. If you don't want to go into the saloon, you don't have to. But there are people who like the saloon. So for the individual that wants to come in here and drag the saloon, whatever, you weren't invited. I'm only talking to the people who like the saloon. That's it. Shout out to OGK Network. He says his 200 for every one security guard. That's too many people. 200 people for every one security guard. I'm sorry. I think that they could have doubled up on the security. That's the only point in which I'm trying to make. They could have doubled up. Not that that would have solved any problems, but because you're hiring incompetent people, you need to hire more people. So they can hire 200 people if those people are competent. But if the people are not competent, then you need to hire more people. Does that make sense? Is that fair? Is that fair? And that's all I'm saying. The only reason why I think they needed more people is because the people that they had lacked competence. With that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. Like, comment, subscribes. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. Go have a beautiful Sunday.